Wednesday, November 25th. Welcome, Freaks and Geeks, to another episode of the Doctor's Orders podcast with the 512 Foot Doctor. As always, I'm your host, the 512 Foot Doctor. If you're a returning freak or geek, thank you very much for checking in. We appreciate the support, and we appreciate all the listening hours you put in. Also, if you are a new listener to the podcast, you have been dubbed a freak or a geek. You heard it. Thanks for tuning in. I don't know how you found your way here, but I hope you like where you're at so far. I hope you like what you're about to hear. And I hope that you continue to listen and tune in from the weeks to come. Again, thank you, Freaks and Geeks, for all the support. That's a big thanks because we're going into a thank you like week. So we're going to jump right into it. This is episode number 12 of the podcast. We're going strong. We're almost at a baker's dozen. So shout out Miss Johnson's on Airport Boulevard, Austin, Texas. If you don't know what's going down, get out there to Miss Johnson's Bakery. That's some of the best donuts, some of the best fried dough in the city. So hit that Miss Johnson's Bakery on Airport Boulevard. That's old school out there. They even got for the stoners out there, they got the late night munchie snack, or they did. When I used to go there, you know what I'm saying, before this whole thing we got going down in there. So check it out. Check out Miss Johnson's Bakery. It's an early shout out here. All right. Always got to support the roots, the 512 roots. Don't get it twisted. So in episode number 12, we got a good buddy of mine, excellent friend of the family. This guy, he came into my life and I came into his life around my college years. That'd be 2009 and after. But I didn't meet him then. I think it took a couple of years for our paths to cross, and our paths crossed in a shoe store. So we're going to talk about that. This is really where I get the name that I possess. Not from him, but definitely his meeting him definitely changed, not necessarily perspective, but when I noticed the tagline that he had. I don't know if I think I already had my tagline when we met. So it was just almost fate-like. So we're going to talk a lot of things. It's very interesting. We're all going to get to some natures and some outdoor talk. I like to talk travels here. We're going to have the catch up going down there, and of course, this is a very special. We're gonna really dive in to sneaker culture, and we're gonna have a discussion. Make it a little heated, make it a little glowy in there, but it's all out of fun and it's all out of love because this guy is this big guy. Definitely, I do appreciate him and love this guy. So. As a matter of fact, this guy, I don't think we talk about it in the podcast, but he was, is it the officiant? I know there's a specific name for the individual that marries you at a wedding, but he married my wife and I at our wedding. I forget what the name of it called. He had to go through the whole credentials to get that thing going down, so I really appreciate the hoops that he jumped through on that. I'm thankful for that. Let's break it into it, Freaks and Geeks. This is episode number 12 of the Doctor's Orders podcast. This is the ShoeJanitor. This is AJ Esquivel. Here we go. Starting, but what were you doing on Thursday or Friday, man? Like what were you getting into? And again, get into that bad boy because I hear they get upset if you don't get into there. What were you doing on Thursday or Friday there? Last Thursday or Friday?
Evening or during the day?
Whichever is big for you.
Well, Thursday,
you had a what'd you have on Thursday?
Well, Thursday or Friday. Thursday was the end of football practice, so I had the evening. Right, so Thursday we're kind of chilling, just the wife and I getting ready for this trip. So doing some laundry, hanging out, watching movies.
Is that too loud right there on the audio?
No.
No, it's good. Okay,
Good.
okay. Watching movies, hanging out, watching movies Thursday?
Yeah, just chilling. We actually, Friday night, did not have the baby.
Yeah.
So it was
The
just
baby.
Christina and I.
Who had the baby? Abuela?
The in-laws.
Yeah.
So that was dope. Some personal time.
We're lighting the candle of life here.
I like it. Yeah. Let's do it.
Personal time on a Thursday. Nice.
On a Friday, fool.
It was on a Friday.
That was on Friday.
Okay.
Thursday, laundry. Friday, personal time.
Ah, I understand. Nice. Well, Freaks and Geeks, this is episode number 12 with well, you want the initials, or you want the? I think we'll do the initials for the people first off. This is AJ.
A.J.
A.J. The initials. AJ Esquivel. He is a in studio guest. I really appreciate him being here.
And I appreciate you letting me be here, bro.
Most definitely. This is you know what I'm saying, top 20. They're all important so far. As long as you're here, that's the most important thing. That is most definitely the most important thing. As long as you're listening to Freaks and Geeks. But we have A.J. Esquivel by the last name here. This is episode number 11 of the Doctor's Orders podcast with the 512 Foot Doctor. 12. Yes. He's reminding me of number 12. I remember who number 11 is. Jeez, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since we rock and roll, but yes, it is number 12. Thank you very much, sir, for reminding me. But Freaks and Geeks, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. We're going to jump right into, you know what's going down. The unofficial, official Heinz 57 Life Ketchup. So, AJ, I want to jump right in and just tell the Freaks and Geeks, because we allude to the individuals, that the people that listen to this podcast as the Freaks and Geeks. But introduce yourself, okay, to the Freaks and Geeks. What's the name? What's the name you ID by? Tell us about yourself, and what's your occupation? You know what I'm saying? Where you from as well. So name, where you from, and occupation.
Well, this is your boy AJ, hailing from the Corpus Christi, a.k.a. the home of the Lexington. Dope spot. Grew up. Father was in the Navy, so we moved a lot. So
all right.
I call Florida home. I call Texas home. That's what I do back and forth.
Big movement.
Absolutely. I'm an educator. I work with children. So I also coach sports, which is a very important piece of my life. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
That's who I am, basically.
Nice.
Got the kiddo.
Excellent. Tell us about the kiddo. About the kiddo.
So, got a little boy, almost 2 years old. He's full of spit and fire all over the place.
Crapping. What did Mickey say? Crapping thunder and something with lightning, something like that.
But yeah, man, that little dude keeps us on our toes, man. Like, he's constantly on the go. So we gotta keep rolling.
Yeah, he's livid. He's in there.
Absolutely.
He's a powerhouse.
And the world is his, man. So we got to keep on going at his pace, not at ours.
Yeah. Antonio Montana, for most definitely. So, what's been going on, man? How are you? As far as, I mean, you've alluded to the parenthood, but as far as this year, how are you doing? How have you been making it? And just what's up with it?
Man, just to be real solid, man. 2020 has been tough, man. I'm a foster dad, so this young man is our foster son with the intentions of adoption. He is our soul, but other than his case, man, being an educator, I worked at the same school for 10 years. Yeah. Coming into the COVID situation 2 weeks in, they said, sorry, but we can't keep you, which was a blow. You know what I mean? How do you spend 10 years somewhere and then all of a sudden you show up and
it's like bye,
and they can't hold on to you.
Yeah, that's harsh.
Yeah, it was really tough, man. It was a big blow, especially since I started some things that I felt like I didn't get to finish. Yeah, you know what I mean. And I'll still always love those kids, and I keep in contact with some of their parents and stuff, which is really important to me. Trying to instill in these young men, especially the right way to do things.
Yeah.
The gentleman, the lost culture.
Yeah.
Of being a
lost
gentleman.
Culture. Yes.
The opening doors because it's the right thing to do, not because you're supposed to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, just been big chilling. I found a wonderful school that is closer to home, which is crazy.
That's good.
That's a blessing in disguise. I get to spend more time in the evenings with my family because of that, less traveling. Shoot, marked a bucket list thing for me. Coached
What's that?
Football this year.
Yeah, is this the first time you did that?
I've never coached football my entire life, and so this is the first coaching middle school football. Man,
that's cool.
The base in which they go on to move to the big time.
Yeah.
So if I can give
Friday
them
night.
if I can give them a little love or insight to what it's going to look like when they get older, man, why not?
That's cool.
So,
hell yeah.
but yeah, been big chilling, bro. Family has been real important in this whole,
especially now.
Yeah, especially in this whole COVID thing, man. Just trying to stay safe for the most part, staying in unless we, groceries and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But just not really doing the things that we typically do, shoe sneakers conventions.
Yeah.
And vintage, conventions and, doing the things that I really enjoy.
It's been locked down for sure. It's been, I don't know, it's been scarce. That is one thing. Yeah, I know, man. We used to do a lot of stuff, and it's been a hot minute since I've done anything in that retrospect as far as some vintage clothing or vintage sneakers or going to a large, not really arena, but like just a large gathering of people trading vintage, trading old school, trading quality items of the past.
Yeah, and what's crazy is you and I kind of bonded over that original thing is the sneaker aspect, but like there's so much more to these conventions when you're chopping it up or talking, networking with somebody or learning about people's past, because we all have sneakers in common or vintage in common, but everybody has their own life. You know what I mean? Everybody has a day job. So when you put the cape and the goggles on and become the sneaker dude, you know what I'm saying? Like that's when you start networking and talking to folks about, hey, there's more than just this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is super important, man.
Yeah. No, you do have a point. Have you ever been to like an arena that's held? You've been to a couple like an arena that's held events like that. Have you?
Like sneaker con type deals are bigger than that.
Well, you went to an event at the old Texas Stadium, or
yeah.
Was it Texas?
Texas. I went to the Texas
before. It was the OG, right?
The Kixpo. Kixpo did it at,
and it was
at
the
Cowboys.
OG.
Yeah, for sure.
No,
it was the new stadium.
The new stadium. Yeah.
And then also Minute Maid Park in Houston. I went to sneaker con
there.
Really? Which is kind of whack.
Do you remember the year on that though? At
14 or 15.
14 or 15?
Yeah, but it was whack, man, because there were so many people in a small area.
Was it on the field or in the stands?
Nah, it was in the corridors.
Oh, okay.
Which was whack because it's only about 15 to 20 feet wide, and people were just sardined in there, you know?
But the Cowboys Stadium was on the field, right?
Yeah, it was dope.
And I've heard of Spurs doing on court as well.
Yeah, I heard that too. I didn't make that one, but I've been to San Antonio to do some stuff, which is pretty dope, but... I'm sure that's a whole topic we can get into later. Is the sneaker stuff? So,
yeah, definitely. So, I guess last with the life catch up. In the last 12 months, sir, have you picked up any new hobbies, appreciations, skills, beliefs, or practices? Okay, you don't have to answer all of those, but I'll shout them out again. Hobbies, appreciations, skills, beliefs, or practices. What's going on right there? What tell us.
Man,
tell us about that.
Right off the rip, I have become a Zoom
freak?
No, not a freak, but we have to do it so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That like prior to this, knowledge of it was minimal at best.
Yeah.
Now
You're
life.
commanding it.
It's life, right?
Yeah.
Because you have to be right there.
Dang.
And it's what's crazy is it's me in school on Zoom, home foster system Zoom meetings.
Yeah.
To like family Zoom meetings because we're all trying to stay in. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's really crazy. You know, it's made me get better at that technology, which is wanted and unwanted.
Yeah, it very much wanted and unwanted. Yes, I would definitely agree. So
as far as hobbies, I don't think I picked anything. I will tell
hobbies?
you. I will tell you that I've probably lost more of a hobby, and which is the disc golf thing. I'm big into disc golf, and I haven't been able to do that
because I feel like if you're like a bowler or a golfer, or just a aficionado of a private practice like that on the sports level, you could definitely dislocate or distance yourself from that practice in this time.
For sure, and with that sport, when you play with others, there's usually only 4 or 5 other people you're playing with at a time, but you're in close proximity of each other. Yeah, pretty much at all times. So, just trying to stay away from that. So it's been different. So
that's good. Man, what about you got anything else as far as like beliefs or appreciations, anything like that?
Man, I'm always appreciative of the people around me. You know what's crazy?
Because we are coming up to the old the November Thursday date. So
absolutely. Well, let me say this off the top. I am thankful for COVID for one thing, and that is the fact that communication with family, friends, and people across the board has been better. Because it's forcing you, if you're not seeing each other, you're talking to each other via the phone or through text message, which is crazy because it now makes us think that we should have been doing that the whole time. You know what I mean? So I'm appreciative of that aspect of it. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I got you. What was the first video game you remember in your house,
bro?
First video game, system, console. Was it the SNES or was it the NES?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Which one was it?
Okay, so SNES was my personal first.
Okay.
I had played Atari, right? Which was really, really dope if you played Ring King on Atari. Like, if you were the white dude and you boxed the black dude, when you punched the black dude's head, his afro would go to the side.
Yeah.
That was probably the first games that I didn't own. Yeah. Cousin owned that.
Yeah.
But my own was the Nintendo. You know what I'm saying? The original NES.
Yeah.
Mario Brothers, bro.
The with or without the Duck Hunt?
With the Duck Hunt.
With the Duck Hunt.
With the Duck Hunt.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. We used to be really mad at the dog that would come up and laugh at you. Like throwing shit at the TV. You know what I mean? But yeah, Mario Brothers, man. I have an uncle that's only 10 years older than me. Mm-hmm. And we would play that until we beat it. You know what I mean? And shortly followed by Legend of Zelda, which obviously is one of the highest selling games of all time, right? So people go hard on the Zelda stuff. So I remember. Yeah,
that NES Zelda is quite difficult. Yeah. Quite difficult
and long.
Yeah. Like, did you get down? So NES, did you get down with Metroid?
Excitebike. Contra, up, down, left, right, BA, select, start.
Contra is classic. Contra's classic. What about Metal Gear? Did you ever get on
Metal Gear Solid?
That's quite mature. The Metal Gear is very mature if you're going to dabble into NES.
And the precursor to Call of Duty.
What's that?
Those games.
Oh, those games?
Those paved the way for the Call of Duties in the future.
The Contras and the Metal Gears.
Which, also obviously led to like a 007 first, and then from there to a COD. But, all these new COD heads won't realize that that's where...
Did you have that GoldenEye 64?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. How many... You have all...
Second hand, by the way. Second hand.
How many controllers do you have? You have 2 or 4?
I had 2.
Oh, 2?
Okay. No, we couldn't get the 4.
Yeah, that's cool. Did you have Mario Party? Did you get a Mario Party with the 64?
I had Mario Party.
Okay. Yeah. See, I wasn't a Nintendo guy, so I didn't really dabble into that. World. I played with that. Super Mario World. Yeah.
GoldenEye.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, this is the first time I'll ever say this to anybody in my life. I was hot garbage at that game.
Hey, GoldenEye.
But I would play it constantly because the people that were good at it, I wanted to be like them. You know what I'm saying?
They had some wrestling games on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
NWO versus World Tour.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Warzone or something like that.
Stone Cold, the kick, the kick and the stunner, bro.
That's not Z, but that's the joystick in the middle.
Yeah.
They had the Z trigger.
Yeah,
the Z trigger in the back. They had the L and the R and then the Z or some
and the
shit
Z
like
underneath,
that. Yeah,
it's dope.
Yeah, that's wacky.
But video games have come a long way, man. Which let me throw this out there.
Do it. Get in that microphone, Daddy. Get in there.
Check this out. How are we going backwards technology with Minecraft? I don't understand how these kids love Minecraft, and the graphics are horrendous.
I don't know, man.
They're terrible, bro.
Like, do they?
But I think it's the fact that they can free world. They can build. They can
what's it
dig.
called? It's called what's it called? Not free world. It's free world, but it's also called sandbox. Sandbox. That's what they call that type of shit there. Sandbox.
It's you can do whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
It's not necessarily like a GTA, but it's more than that.
Yeah. But the graphics, bro, are
Horseshit.
so bad. It's reverse technology. Why would you go back to something that we left for a reason?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's bad. It's bad.
We improved from.
Yeah.
Why would you go back there?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
man.
I have seen some pretty impressive builds on just from students or people I know, and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. But for me, I don't think I would be good at it, so I step away. You know what I mean?
Did you get down with Earthworm Jim?
Oh yeah, dude. You could jump and it looked like you missed the spot.
Yeah,
wrap the head around the branch, bro.
Yeah.
It was dope.
Yeah, that was
a game that was before its time. I thought.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, that was a great game.
Yeah,
what about Battletoads? You go down Battletoads.
Battletoads, Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot is great. Stand up, Naughty Dog. We appreciate you. We wish you'd sponsor us one day, Naughty Dog. With the they got that new one. What's it called? Uncharted. They run that Uncharted. So Naughty Dog, hit us in the email, and we'd love to do business with you. But the Crash was sick with it. They had Crash. They had all the numericals. They got a new Crash that just came out. And they had Crash Team Racing, similar to the Mario Kart. They also had
which I dig all that stuff.
Yeah,
it's super dope. I think that like the Mario Kart, that type of racing style transcends the ages.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. It's cool for the old heads to play. It's cool for the little kids to play.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
But
you won't 1v1 me though.
Yeah,
just saying that. Yeah, you won't come at me with that.
They also had this Crash Bash, which was kind of like not necessarily a Mario Party, but like 1v1. It was the 1v1. Okay. Not for the racing, but for generic little competitions. Yeah. Video game competitions.
So did that pave the way for like a Smash Brothers?
No, Smash Brothers was there before. Smash Brothers was better than this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
all right, cool.
Smash Brothers was most definitely cooler than this video game. But I never played Smash Brothers. But just saying, even as a player, I played the Crash one, and Smash Brothers was most definitely more enticing than the Crash Bash. But the Crash saga in general is amazing. So that's excellent, man. You open up with the NES. You tell us how we're doing. Let's go into I want to call this little piece casting a line. You like to fish, right?
I do, man.
Like to fish, yeah.
Yeah, it's always been my solstice, bro. Like it's always been my alone time. I dig just kind of getting out there. There's sometimes where I'll go fishing. I have a kayak. I'll get there on the kayak and I won't even toss the line out, bro.
Just chill out there.
Yeah, just chill. The water. I'm like Aquaman, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I feed off the water. So
that's it.
But I dig it, man. Yeah.
What's the earliest you gone out there? What time you generally go out there? Like 4
in the morning?
5?
Oh yeah, 4 or 5:30 in the morning. Depends on depends on the trip. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going, just recently, a couple months ago, went on a trip that was, the location was an hour and a half away. So, you got to wake up, fish bite early in the morning, late afternoon. You got to get out there at 4 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? So figure out the time we left. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I like to fish, man. Saltwater, freshwater. I grew up, I was the type of kid that had my rod on the back of the bike, and I was peace out mom, took my peanut butter and jelly sandwich with me, and I would be gone all day.
Yeah. Why?
It was a passion. I'd link up with 1 or 2 friends, and it was always constant competition who could catch the biggest fish. You know what I mean?
Was this in Houston?
No, this is more in Florida. You know what I mean? Yeah, because, I went back and forth between Texas and Florida. More middle school.
Middle school, okay.
So I had been fishing in elementary, but where my solo dolos came from was like 6th, 7th grade, and right then is when I was starting to do football and stuff too. Yeah. So it was just I was kind of coming into my own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So dude, I would peace out and I'd be gone all day. You know, it is what it is.
That's cool.
The bag of chips rolled up with the clip.
Yeah.
Be done, you know?
Yeah, PB&J's or ham and cheese.
Shoot, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember one day going fishing on Thanksgiving Day and not coming back. Dinner was served. Grounded, bro.
Oh.
Got grounded. Didn't make it for family dinner.
Damn it.
Is there stuff in the microwave? No. You know what I mean? Got in trouble.
Man.
But yeah, man, saltwater. I did a lot of saltwater fishing too when I lived in Florida. Even post college, man. When I left college, I moved to a town that was right on the water. Had a house right on the water, man. I'd walk out to the beach to cast a line out in the ocean. Well, not ocean, the Gulf, but same. You know what I mean? But that just being out there, man, it's one of the best times. So, but yeah.
What kind of bait did you traditionally use?
Both really, live bait, cut bait. I do throw lures. I've learned in my lifetime how to make my own lures. So I really dig that too. I learned how to make my own fishing rods too, which was a big deal. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I'd like to get back into that too because it takes a certain amount of patience and skill to do it.
Yeah.
Because it's not something that goes quick. So. You know, taking your time and you can create something beautiful out of something that was just, you know, nothing.
Yeah.
So, I dig it.
What's the most basic thing you've used to make a line or a rod?
A rod? I mean, you have blanks. So you have the rod itself, but you have to put the eyes on it, you have to put the butt on it, you know, the rod holder or the reel holder on there. So you have to really create this from nothing. You know what I mean? But, I mean, I've fished with bamboo sticks before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you can get real basic. But
have you ever done fly fishing?
Absolutely. I taught myself how to fly fish.
Yeah?
Absolutely. So I've caught some monsters on fly fish.
Where did you fly fish at?
In Florida. Mm-hmm. I got myself a fly rod. And I would go out to this canal that was by my house, and I would just teach myself how to do it. And I've caught some monsters on the fly. So...
Did you wear the pants? Don't they wear a different type of pants?
That's for people who are like wading in the water.
Yeah,
I never did that.
You never waded in the water?
No, I've never been freshwater fly fishing.
Okay,
but saltwater in canals, brackish water, so which is a mix of fresh and salt, but mainly for saltwater species though. Yeah. So, but yeah, I really dig it, man, and that's a thing too that with you know. Teaching yourself how to fly fish, making the lure that you catch the fish on, that's some next level stuff. You know what I mean? You can raise your hands at the end of the day and be like, I made this, and I caught this fish that could in turn feed me or feed my family. Yeah,
that's cool. No, I definitely do like that.
If I ate fish.
Yeah, especially in the hunting perspective as well. I definitely I do appreciate that, and I understand it's not just going out there to shoot a couple of guns or cast a couple of lines. It's going out there to hunt a thing of nature, a thing of beauty, but also just to utilize that and, you know, try and make that go full circle. You're not just going to go out there and kill a thing just to kill a thing. You're going to go out there.
I'm going to be honest with you. I could never be the trophy hunter, right? Like, I'm not out there.
Just to have it on the wall?
No, I'm not interested in that. Like, I would do it to, like, honestly, to, like, if you had to feed a family or feed us or whoever.
They say that fucking elk can feed, like, 400 pounds or something like that.
Bro, have you seen a moose? They're massive.
Not live. No, not live.
Just in pictures, they're massive. 7-8 feet tall. Like that. Can you imagine?
I've heard an elk can feed you for maybe under a year or something like that. You know, if you keep it in the freezer and just use all the parts and shit like that. Did you ever do anything like that? Get your kill and get it cut down and you know cut into whatever you were going to use to eat or anything like that?
No. So here's the deal. I personally have never really been hunting or anything, but I have family that does it and some friends and I've seen where they've sent stuff off to get processed and they come back and they got jerky and you know backstrap and you know all this stuff that they you know sausage and they got all this stuff that they're turning you know into usable means, if that makes sense, or usable goods. But yeah, man, I personally, like I said, I personally have never done it, but
When was the first time, like the honest first time you remember fishing? When was that? Man. Think about that and take your time. You're more than welcome to take your time. Again, this is the Doctor's Orders podcast. This is episode number 12. Yeah. Number 12 with AJ, the shoe janitor.
Absolutely on IG. Yeah. So that same uncle that I have, he's about. I have an uncle. He's about 10 years older than me.
Yeah.
So more like an older brother than an uncle.
Yeah.
He was my predecessor. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I was his like next in line. So like he would teach me everything. He taught me football, taught me how to draw, taught me all these things. So like,
what's his name?
Tom.
Thomas. That's cool. Tomas.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Really good football player, bro. Almost made it pro.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Got hurt senior year. Was done. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think I remember him taking me fishing, bro. I really do. In Florida. This is in Florida. Okay. And I just remember him taking me out there and just showing me, little things. Like I think it was like, really like dough ball fishing. You know what I mean? Like the simplest way you could do it.
Yeah.
And turning it into something bigger,
Yeah.
My passion,
That's good. Well, let's talk about the fishing rod real quick. Like, what's your go-to joint? What's the one that you take out and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna throw this motherfucker out there.
So there's really like two different rods that are my number ones.
Yeah,
which is crazy because how do you call two different things number one? But
yeah,
it depends on what I'm doing.
Scenario.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it really does. It is scenario. So I use a lot of bait casting rods. So more of like barrel reel type fishing rods, and then I also have a spinning rod that I use for drop shot fishing. I do a lot of freshwater now, bass fishing. That's really what I love doing.
Okay.
Because it's almost like tricking the fish into biting your lure.
You ever doing that stuff at night where you shine them and you get them?
I have been gigging before.
Gigging? It's all gigging?
Yeah, with like a rod and like a fork, you know what I mean, on the end of it, for flounder.
And you call them, you shine them and they come up to the surface?
Well, no. You flash them and they stay still because the light, you know what I mean, and then get them. You know what I'm saying? That's been fun, man. Gigging. Also scary too because that's salt, right? That's salt, and usually in those areas where there's shark too, so you got to be hella careful. You know what I mean?
You could pop a light and get a little tooth like that,
or realize what's swimming around you in the first place.
Yeah, how many of what's swimming around you in the first place?
Yeah, for sure. And sometimes we'd be hip deep. You know what I mean? So figure that out. Show me the way to go home. I'm tired and I want to go to bed. You know what I mean? That's some Jaws type shit. You know what I'm saying?
You'll need a bigger boat for sure. But all right, let's hit this up really quick. Lake, dock, or deep sea?
Oh, man. I think right now, because more accessible because where we live.
What about in the prime?
Man.
The favesies, favorites.
I don't think you could beat salt. So I don't think out on a boat. Yeah,
the deep sea,
bro. You'll never know what you're gonna catch.
Or
out
on
there.
the boat.
Yeah, on a boat. Period.
Yeah.
Think of saltwater, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Scientists have only discovered 3% of what's in the ocean.
Yeah.
You'll never know what what you have on that line.
But you'd rather cast from the boat than versus the dock?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
I think you have more potential to be out in the water than you are casting from the side.
Yeah. Jeez, man. So for the Freaks and Geeks, I don't know if you've listened before, but we identify the listeners as the Freaks and Geeks. Thank you, Freaks and Geeks, for tuning in to episode number 12 of the Doctor's Orders podcast with the 512 Foot Doctor and the Shoe Janitor here. But I want to ask you, tell us about what we should bring, what we should make sure we have before we go on the next fishing trip. But in the simplest aspect, not even the most advanced, just the simplest.
If you're going deep sea fishing,
yeah, I mean, hit those calibers.
Motion sickness pills.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you what. Like, I'm a seasoned fisherman. Like, been on a boat 1,000 times, and there are times where I'll go out and I'll get sick. You know what I'm saying? So I hit that the night before, and then right before I get on the boat, that's how bad it is.
Yeah.
And they make all kinds of things for it, but that and pack food and always say goodbye to your loved ones because you never know.
Yeah, good food.
Huh?
Good food?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, do you consider the weather or the time of the tide if you go out to the tide areas?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, you don't want to fish in the slack tide.
Yeah.
You want to fish out there when it's fullest.
Yeah. What about temperature wise?
Absolutely.
When's it good?
Well, it's too warm, it's not good,
Okay.
and it's too cold, it's not good, right? You got to find the middle.
Yeah.
Right here in Texas right now, it's in the 70s. This is good fishing weather right now.
Yeah, it's coming down. It is.
The pressure system too is a little whack.
Yeah, that's something. You definitely have to check that.
Absolutely.
I forget exactly how they identify that, but yeah, it's some sort of pressure system.
But Texas really jacks you up, man, because the weather is so
up and down,
up
left
and
and
down.
right.
You never know.
Yeah.
So one day you'll be slaying them on the lake, and then the next day you go out there and it's hot garbage.
One day you're here, the next day you're gone.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's when you bring the Nintendo Switch and fish, fish electronically from the kayak.
Nintendo fish. I think that's what they call it.
Did we just become business partners?
No, they got that.
Oh, my bad.
They got that. Yeah, they got that. All right. What is your favorite fish to fish? ShoeJanitor?
Freshwater bass.
Okay.
Largemouth bass for sure.
Okay.
Saltwater.
Okay.
Probably kingfish or wahoo. Just because they're real screamers, bro. Like when they bite it, they take off. It's like the kingfish. They call them smokers.
Yeah.
Because they smoke your reel.
Really?
Like it's a sight, bro. When you get a big one, it's not as easy as pulling your rod and your reel back.
Yeah.
Because when you pull it back, they're gonna pull you back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Damn. You're doing tremendous, by the way. This is really
Thank you,
good.
man.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
This is good. This is good. Yeah, definitely keep it up. But here's my last question on the fish. And consider this. Take a little bit of time to reflect. But if you were a fish, what kind of fish would you be?
Oh, dude, that's super easy, bro.
What's that then?
The kind that doesn't get caught. I don't know, something really deep. Chimera, maybe, which is in the shark family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like the one with the light.
Yeah.
I think the angler.
The anglerfish. Yeah. So the anglerfish live deep, right?
Yeah,
they're real deep
in the dark.
So chimera is a type shark family-esque, but they live really deep. You know
I like the polar bear too.
Yeah. Black skin, white eyes.
Yeah.
You know, because there's no light.
Polar bear's not a fish, but yeah, I like the polar bear. It's not a fish. My apologies, Freaks and Geeks. I don't want you to think I'm out of order or anything like that. But the anglerfish, I do like that.
That's dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Out there trying some Harry Potter type shit with the prey. You know what I mean?
To trap.
Hey, come check this out.
Yeah. What's that one? The one that hangs out in the bathrooms. What's her name? The ghost.
Moaning Myrtle.
Yeah.
There you go. Don't ask me why I know that. So.
Thank you, ShoeJanitor. Thank you very much. That was great. But I do want to move forward from.
Switching gears.
Yeah, we do want to shift gears. Yeah, we're going to shift in a second here, and I want to talk to you about. I really don't know anything about this, but this is disc golf. You have quite an interest in this concept and this practice, and back to the life catch-up when I discuss practices. This is a practice that you've been partaking in since before March the 13th. Well before March the 13th. And so tell us about disc golf. But start off with how long have you been? Would you call it playing or participating or throwing? What you say?
Absolutely. So it's been about 10 years really. My brother-in-law, I remember. So I've always been an athlete.
Yeah.
And so I was back in Texas, and I was just kind of chilling, looking for some hobbies or doing something. And I hadn't really gotten back into the shoe thing yet. And my brother-in-law, his family is well known in Texas in these disc golf tournaments. Mm-hmm. And so one day I told my brother-in-law, we were in Denton, and I said, "Hey man, I know you've played and your brothers play and your dad and uncle play. Would you be interested in taking me out and showing me how to do it?" You know what I mean? And so I went out, and I'm a big dude. I'm 6'5", 320 at the time. You know what I'm saying? I was like, man, I know I'm gonna be able to throw it far.
Yeah.
That's not the question, right? The question is throw it far, and then what's the wind gonna do to it? You know what I mean, or accuracy, right? That's it. And I found myself, actually, it's pretty funny. I found myself ripping the skin off my fingers with the disc because I was throwing it too hard, right, and gripping it too hard. So it's actually funny. You could call me the Michael Jackson of disc golf. I wore a glove.
Yeah.
the first year I played because I hadn't built a callus on my hand yet.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But man, I played. I wore the glove until I got a better grip of it. But played casually for about.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?
Played casually for about a year, and then some friends of mine said, "Hey, you should start playing tournaments and stuff." And I started getting into that scene and got really heavy into it for about 5 to 6 years. Mm-hmm. I was playing pretty much every weekend. I was traveling to different states to play.
Hey. From here?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Kansas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, New Mexico. I was going places to play. At one point, I was ranked as an amateur in the state of Texas. I was playing really well. Got invited to play in the Amateur World Championships in Ohio.
The Waterbury Open?
Kind of like that, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it was a real thing. I need to get back into it. I'm not as heavy into it now just because of what we talked about earlier.
Yeah. Yeah.
But man, I've got crazy amount of Frisbees. For a long time, I collected some of the rare, and you wouldn't believe this, that Frisbees are worth a lot of money, but
Hey, before you go into that, tell us about your go-to gear, your go-to disc when you're throwing, and then go into those rarities. Your go-to disc to fucking try and win, and then those diamonds in the rough that you got.
Absolutely. So I carry a backpack style bag, and in that backpack style bag, I'll carry anywhere from 20 to 25 discs in my bag, and each of them might do something a little different for me. And so like on my drivers, which are my long, the distance drivers, I'll carry maybe 3 or 4 of that same one in case they get lost. If that makes sense, you're playing in the woods, you're playing near water, you'll lose those discs. So to have a backup. But I have my favorites. I have 1 or 2 in my bag that have been there since the very beginning.
Have you thrown all of them in the bag?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't have anything that's new in there. Yeah. And so even during practice,
you got a lucky in there?
A what?
You got a lucky in there?
Oh, I got one. Yeah. So funny enough, and this is kind of where we go into the rarity stuff. I have one of my go-to get out of trouble disc is a disc that was made in 1982. Yeah. And it's in my bag. We are 2020, and that disc was around in 82. Yeah. In somebody's hands because I got it used. You know what I mean? So, it just does what I want it to do. Sometimes it gets me in trouble too because I get too confident with it. But there lies the collecting part of it. At one point in my life, I had over 1,000 collectible discs. You know what I mean? And there's a market for it. Yeah. And to be honest with you, a lot of those that I sold over the years, I got way more than I paid for them. Yeah. You know what I mean? I just held on to them. My favorite distance driver is called a Boss. Okay. Right? Okay. And so when they very first came out, they had this Proto Boss, which is the very first ones, right? When you say something's a proto or a promo edition, that means that it's the kind of the test material for the very beginning ones. Yeah. So I grabbed a bunch of those. I had anywhere from 15 to 20 of them. Yeah. And then, I bought them for $20, $25 a piece. When I let them go, I was selling them for $100, $150 a piece. Really? You know what I mean? So
they were drivers?
Yeah. Jeez. And I just stacked on them, and then when it was time to sell them, I let them go. You know what I mean? Yeah. But I still have 50 Frisbees sitting in my closet. You know what I mean? And some of them were gifts. Here's something with me: if you ever give me a gift, I'll never get rid of it and never sell it. It means too much to me.
There you go, Freaks and Geeks. Yeah, we got the winter holiday coming up, so send them some gifts. Whether it's a pair of pants or a disc or something like that,
Or some 85 Jordan.
Something like that, He won't give it away. Yeah. He won't give it away.
I'm gonna keep it. But so that's mainly what I have left is gifts and or things that I know that I can't replace. Mm-hmm. Something that I might not be able to find, a one of one, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
do you have a professional you follow? A disc
oh
guy?
yeah,
who is that?
YouTube is full of.
Who's your guy? Who's your guy to follow?
Man, it's changed over the years, but there was a dude I followed for a long time named Avery Jenkins that he's an Oklahoma guy, and but his family, his sister's a world champ. He's a world champ himself, and I'm talking about international traveled.
Yeah.
They go all over the world playing this game, and that's what they do for a living. But this guy, I've met him in person, talked to him a few different times at different tournaments and stuff. And he's just a down-to-earth guy, big build like myself.
Yeah.
And so I've always thought that he was a good guy. So I followed him for a long time. It's changed over the years. I like to follow people that have the same type of throwing style I have.
Okay.
Obviously, it's awesome to see these guys that, can throw 800 feet. Yeah. I don't throw 800 feet, so to watch them is just in marvel, but that's it. But as far as technique, I watch dudes that play, or even there's some phenomenal girls out there that play, and watching technique for those sponsored players, it kind of comes and goes who I specify on,
Yeah, very nice, interesting. Very interesting. Let me move it along a little bit, but where is your favorite all-time course to play? Consider that. Now, take your time. I understand. That's a difficult question to answer.
I don't even need to pause on that, bro.
Yeah, where is it at?
There is a private course, actually 2 private courses. Let me correct that. 4 private courses on one private property. It's called Sela Ranch, and I think it's Mount Vernon or Mount Pleasant, Texas. At one point, they were ranked the number 1 and number 2 disc golf courses in the world. And I say 1 and 2 because at the time it was split up, just 1 and 2, but now it's 4 because they've added holes. But it's just gorgeous, man. And I've been to tournaments out there. They let you camp, go out there and camp on days that it's not tournament or sanctioned play. Yeah. They have golf carts that you can rent. In the game, this is a walking man's game. Yeah. But in the off season or when it's just casual play, you can rent golf carts. So take a golf cart, and what's really cool is it's land that has cattle on it, so you might have to throw over a cow. You know what I mean?
Oh, my goodness.
Or throw at a cow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Jeez.
But it's really cool. It's really they have 3 huge ponds there that have awesome fishing too. They have a bed and breakfast there.
Oh.
They have a couple house rental and a couple cabins you can rent. So it's all inclusive, man. Like when I say that it was some of the best in the world, it really was. So
that's awesome.
And it's not far. It's 2 hours from here. So.
No, that's great. Favorite course. That's nice, man. That's nice. Very cool. Let's see. Do you remember the first course you played at?
Yes.
What was that?
Denton, here, Texas. Yeah, North Lakes Park.
North Lakes Park.
That's where my brother-in-law took me to go check that out, that beast out.
Yeah.
Had my furthest hole-in-one on that course.
That was that the most special thing you had there?
Yeah, absolutely. 440 feet. One bang in the chains. You know what I mean? So. That's pretty far for an ace, and I was still early in the game, man, like 2 or 3 years in. So, but yeah,
man,
claim to fame. And what's interesting about that disc that I threw, it was a Proto Boss, right? Yeah. It was actually a pre-release Proto Boss, so this is before the disc was offered to the public.
Yeah,
they had a tournament in Japan, and they did a fundraiser, and so I bought. Actually, I didn't even own this disc. My buddy owned this disc, and I said, "Hey, you got that new disc that just came out?" He goes, "Yeah." I said, "Let me throw it." He goes, "Oh, I haven't even thrown it yet." He said, "Here, you can try it."
What?
So that disc came out in 2008.
Yeah.
It has 1 throw on it.
Oh, and it's a hole-in-one?
Hole-in-one.
Oh!
So that disc has never seen the air but once.
for a victorious snag.
Yeah, and it's tradition to hang your aces.
Yeah.
When you're done, and so that has one throw on it.
My Christ.
Yeah.
My goodness.
And I have 16 hole-in-ones, so you can imagine all the rest of them are well worn in discs.
Yeah.
You know,
except for that one that was a fucking freshie.
One throw. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's a first
at 440 feet.
Well, Freaks and Geeks. That's the first on the Doctor's Orders podcast with the 512 Foot Doctor.
And let me throw this at you.
Go for it.
How far is a football field?
With the end zones.
Without end zones.
It's 100 yards.
How many feet in a yard?
3.
440 feet is what I aced. So put that together. I threw it over a football field and made it in a goal that's
goodness.
less than 3 feet across.
What style of disc was that?
It was the boss.
The boss.
It was the distance driver. Yeah.
The distance driver. Okay.
It's crazy. Yeah, and there's aces out there that are crazy.
Was it a stray? Was there a hook or like what's going on?
It was crazy. It was really windy that day behind us, and this hole was an elevated hole.
Yeah.
It was on a dam actually, and there was a giant floodplain, and then it built up to another dam, not a dam, but like another hillside, and then the disc golf basket was on the hill.
Is it up and down up?
Yeah, so you had to, after you threw it, you had to walk down in this floodplain and walk, over 100 yards, and then it would be up on top of this hillside bank.
Yeah.
And I remember I just threw this. I threw it like this out. I threw a shot out to the right, knowing that the wind was going to push it, right? Yeah. And the wind pushed it, pushed it, and then it started hooking because naturally discs, when you throw them with the spin, they go to the left. They finish to the left.
Yeah.
And it went. All of a sudden, the wind pushed it in, hit the ground, skipped up, went in the basket. It was crazy.
With the skip.
I wish I could have had that on camera, man. It was amazing.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. What's your do you remember your best game? Your best game? Do you remember your best game and your worst game?
Oh, yeah. Which is monumentally different.
Yeah.
So one of my, I'm just going to talk about tournament play.
Okay.
One of my things is they have a saying in tournament golf, which is called DNF, did not finish. Mm-hmm. And unless I was critically injured, when I started playing disc golf tournaments, I told myself I would never DNF. Yeah. So I would just play it through no matter how bad I was playing. And a lot of times people will quit because we have a rating. And the rating is based how you play. Mm-hmm. Well, if you DNF, then you never finish the round. It doesn't count against you. Yeah. You know what I mean? So and so I remember let's go worst first. I played a tournament in Kansas. And I was lucky enough to play really well the first 2 rounds. Yeah. And it put me in the finals. Yeah. And so in the finals in my division,
what's a round? Is that 18 or 9?
18.
So you played 2 rounds of 18?
Yeah, for sure.
No shit.
Yeah. And so the next,
my goodness,
1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon.
The third round of 18.
Well, the third round was the next day.
Okay.
So the next day, I went to play, and it was abnormally windy that day in Kansas. But Kansas is really windy. Yeah. You know what I mean? So went out there and I was playing okay, just kind of par golf, and really you want to be subpar. You want to be under par, right? And so throwing, and I'm like, man, I have to get some birdies. Bro. Yeah. I stacked. So typically holes are anywhere from par 3 to par 5, right? 5 being holes that are 1,000 feet. Yeah. Through woods, over the hills, into grandma's house. You know what I mean? But
we go.
Yeah. So these were 3 and 4s, like not hard holes, but just distance wise, pretty there. I stacked 3 8s in a row.
Really?
3 8s. Yeah. On a par 3 and a par 4. Like, stacked them. Which not only took me from being in the top 4 or 5. Yeah. To like 27 after the round. Oh. Yeah. So that hurt really bad. So like that tournament I was playing was a nationally known tournament. So like I could have put my face on the map with that one, right? And instead I just dude, I ate cow patties, bro. Like it was terrible. Now best tournament, man. I went out and in a tournament I played really well. It was actually early on. I went out there and I shot at a local course, where I live near Dallas. I shot a 7 down, which was in my division at the time. I was playing the lower level amateur.
Yeah.
Kind of like novice or intermediate division. My score would have beaten the advanced field score. There, and I went on to shoot like a 17 down or 16 down for the tournament, which beat the advanced score. Yeah. So everybody was calling me a sandbagger and all this. You should have been playing the upper division. You know what I mean? But at the time, I was playing my rating. I was playing my rating, but I just had phenomenal round. So I played really well. So
let's go. Yeah. All right, last one, bud. What about your best disc golf memory? All time, just memory. What's that?
Okay.
Tell us about it.
I'm gonna tell this because this is crazy.
Okay.
So I went out one day. It was a group of my really close friends up there who I played disc golf with. We played a course that we've played 1,000 times, which is the course that I learned on, right?
Yeah.
And this course has 9-10 holes that are birdieable. So birdie means that you get them less than 3, right? And then there's 8 or 9 holes that are threeable and maybe even higher, right?
Yeah.
So there were 5 of us. I remember that day. So there were 5 of us playing. We start on hole 1, right? Get up to the tee pad. Everybody throws, right?
Yeah.
My buddy, the last guy to throw, ching, aces it.
Oh yeah.
Rings it up. Boom! Like we got all happy because aces don't happen a lot. You know what I mean? And I told you I've got 16 of them, and that's over a 10-year period. 10 years to get
over 10.
And that's playing a lot of disc golf. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he rings it up. We're all happy. This is the first hole of the course, right? We got 18 to go. So hole 2, hole 3, hole 4.
Where is this at again?
In Denton.
Okay.
So hole 5, hole 6, hole 7. 7 was the one I aced in that big one. We get to 8, and my buddy, different guy, ching,
yeah,
ace. We're like, this is bonkers. We just witnessed 2 aces in a round.
Let's try it out.
You know what I mean? It's crazy. Celebrate. 7, 8. Get to 9. First guy on the tee pad. Ching. What? 3 aces.
It's building up.
3 aces in one round, which is unheard. I've never seen a round where 5 dudes were playing and it got, that wasn't a pitch and putt course that the holes are 150 feet or 100. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is a real course.
Yeah.
What was even crazier is I remember this vividly. We walked up to the very next hole and I splashed out for an ace.
What does that mean?
Splash out means that I ching, and then it fell out.
Oh,
it fell out of the basket. It fell out. And which was crazy is that we probably went more nuts on the fail than we did on the rest of the aces. Because that would have potentially put us a quad down, for aces. But dude, that I don't think I've ever felt the excitement that I did that
one
in that round. You know what I mean? I also, man. Different course. I went out and there was a bounty for a $10,000 bounty on a hole, and
on one hole.
Yeah, on one hole. It was sponsored by a company.
Yeah,
and I watched a dude splash out, and talking about like excitement and defeat.
I gotta write that down. Splash out.
Splash out. Excitement and defeat all in the same sentence. You know? But because 10,000, man, that's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, no, that's fine though. That's fine. That's fine. No, keep it going. Cool. So you're splashing out. You're splashing out, and I mean, you got anything else on it? Have you splashed out? Have you?
Many times, man.
Many times.
Many times for big money too. Yeah, couple hondo for sure.
Oh, that's great.
I do have a birthday ace too, which was
birthday. What is that?
Awesome.
Birthday ace.
That's when you hit an ace on your birthday, bro.
What is that? Two?
What?
Like how many throws is that?
Just one throw and
one
in the bucket.
Throw.
One throw and in the bucket.
Why is that not a hole in one?
That is a hole in one. Ace is a hole in one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
birthday ace, birthday hole in one. Okay, nice.
That's pretty dope. Yeah, but that's disc golf, man. It's a lot of fun and it's free once you buy the disc. You know, there are courses that you can pay to play, but for the most part,
but there's no Pebbleton Beach or Trump out there. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing like that. I hope that doesn't get us low ratings for that. Where it just said Pebbleton Beach is really good. Yeah. Shout out to the Kill Tony podcast.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're really doing golf out there, but not disc golf. So
really, this
is the first disc golf discussion of the podcast.
Absolutely, and shout out to Kamala too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Madam Vice President.
Yeah, go for it, man. Go for it. Go for it. All right, so I want to move on to something different. These are kind of not necessarily hot topics, but I did want to
fire starters.
Kind of fire starters. Kind of
match lights.
Kind of. Have you ever watched the Golden Girls?
Bro, Blanche could get it, bro.
Blanche could get
it.
That's
you know
what I'm saying. That's one of my favorite characters, Blanche, and then
and Rose.
Not necessarily Rose, but Ma. Sophie? Sophie, yeah. Blanche, Sophie, and then Blanche.
Yeah.
But the other one, Dorothy. She's a whore. But she's great. She's great.
No, I used to love Go. So my grandmother used to watch it.
Yeah, go for it.
And that and Donahue and the Geraldo show.
Oh yeah, the Geraldo show.
Yeah, so I was
that Geraldo live?
Yeah, so I didn't have options. You know what I mean? It's watch and MASH. You know, you watch MASH. You did what you had to, bro. You know what I'm saying? You had to watch it on the tube.
Yeah, my grandmother made me watch the Judge this and the Divorce Court, Judge Mathis, Judge Joe Brown, Judge Joe Judy. But never. I think Divorce Court or MASH was just before all those. So I don't know.
People's Court, bro.
People's Court.
That's right. What was his name?
Judge. I don't know. Not Mathis. It's not Mathis, right? No.
This is way before Mathis.
I like my favorite is
Judge Wapner, bro.
Wapner. No, I like Judge Mills Lane. He's my favorite.
Hey, so I got a serious question for you, bro.
Yeah.
Talking about grandmothers and forced TV
visuals. Yeah.
Magnavox or Curtis Mathis? That's the question. What type of wooden TV did she have?
It was plastic. It was
the wooden. You didn't have the wooden.
Not.
And then when the wooden break, they would put the other TV just on top of the other TV.
No. I remember that.
And it became the table.
Yeah. No, I remember that. My stepfather had that one. My grandmother didn't have that one. She would always have the latest. Not necessarily the newest, but an updated a TV.
See, you're Animaniacs and I'm Fraggle Rock, bro.
No, I love it. I love Fraggle Rock. I love Fraggle Rock as well. No, I do like that.
I'm talking about age, though, you know what I mean? It's older. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, Fraggle Rock is great though, and Animaniacs is great too, especially Freakazoid. Freakazoid and Pinky and it's Pinky and yeah. No, they're
dope, bro.
They're both great.
Golden Girls, though.
Yeah, Golden Girls. So let's move on. Have you ever danced the electric slide, the bunny hop, the Congo line, or the cumbia?
I mean, here's what you don't know about me, bro. Like, I might be 6'5", 380 now, but this big boy can move. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You know, if I have to wobble, I'll get out there and clear the floor. You know what I'm saying? I do it. for a big dude, Let me tell you what I will not do, though.
Yeah. Tell us.
I will not do. Don't
Oh,
bring that shit to me, bro.
That's no. Hold on. Who is it? That's from Denton, Texas. That's what's her name? What's her name? Fuck. What's her name?
I'm not doing the chicken dance.
Oh, what's her name though? God. Oh my goodness.
Oh, I know who it is. El Tigres del Norte.
No. What's their name? This is the podcast. This episode's gonna be named their name. What's their name? It starts with a D. They do. Come on. They do the chicken dance. What's their name?
I don't know. I'm not
yes,
fucking with
you do.
it.
Oh no.
You have to think about it, but
you know it.
Yeah.
You know.
and just to further this, I will not do the Macarena either.
Macarena. I think that was a question. I think that was one of the questions here.
No.
Oh no.
I don't fuck with
no.
any
No,
of
that was gonna be in that question. My apologies. That was gonna be in that.
I don't mess with either one of those dances.
Yeah.
The Cupid Shuffle, the Cha Cha Slide.
Yeah. No, I didn't dance. I like the Cha Cha Slide.
Yeah, I do.
The Cha Cha. The Cha Cha. I didn't write that one down, but yeah, the Cha Cha. Like.
And even if you have to, you could always super soak that hoe. You know what I mean? You could Soldier Boy if you need to. You know what I mean? There's ones out there, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh no, yeah, that's good. That's good. Oh, listen, have you ever high fived a major sports star? Or high five?
Oh yeah,
Who?
Who's that? A few.
Who's that?
Maybe some heads. Basketball stars.
Yeah.
Some local. Like football, T.O.
Okay.
Terrell Owens.
Okay.
Went to a book signing. Little T.O. Learns to Share was the name of his book.
That was the name of his book.
I got a banger. I high-fived one of the little people from Wizard of Oz at a signing. Blake Mikowski from Tom's. That I met that dude. So, there's a few heads, man.
That's cool.
I will tell you a banger though.
Yeah.
You ready? I have not met this person, but it's on the bucket list. The CASA rep for my son's case.
Okay.
Her husband was Chuck Norris's body double in Texas Walker Ranger.
Oh, Walker Texas Ranger. My goodness, man, that's cool. Man, that's wild.
He's a body double, bro. He did all the action parts, which is weird because I thought Chuck Norris did all his stuff, bro.
You never know. You never know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I thought that dude turned back time and stuff.
If I could turn back time.
Absolutely.
What is it? Is that Cher?
I mean, that dude's so fast he can punch himself in the back of the head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. Ali said Muhammad said he could...
He could take him?
Turn the lights off and be he could turn the lights off and be in bed before the light turned off.
Damn, I believe it, bro. I believe it.
So I don't know on that one. But have you ever bowled a 300 game?
Nah,
no.
I have bowled a 200.
200, okay.
And let me tell you this.
Okay.
I was wasted.
Wasted, man.
So I was bartending at this place after I got
at an alley.
At a place, a different place.
Okay.
And then some friends of mine that I work with said, "Hey, this place, this bowling alley, is doing dollar hospitality mixed drinks." Dollar mixed drinks? Are you kidding me? Right?
And you just got off work, right?
We just got off work, so we were already drinking, right? Because where I came from, you could drink on the job as long as you didn't get wasted, right? So I go to this bowling alley, and it's me and a buddy, and I just pick up a ball, and I have felt indestructible, bro.
Yeah.
Mind eraser after mind eraser. And it was over. Cape Cods with the lime twist. You know what I'm saying? I was going down, bro.
Oh man.
200 though, that's the best. 200.
I don't think I've hit 200 myself.
And I'm banking that the balls that didn't were gutter balls. That's how either I was on point or I wasn't on point. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's crazy.
I got you. Let's see. Have you ever won $100 or more on a lottery scratch off?
Bro.
Scratch off.
This is a funny story. It's a funny story.
You like these questions? Are these questions good?
This is a funny story. So I moved in with this dude, right? In college that I had become friends with.
Where was this at? Is it
Florida State?
Florida State. Okay.
Florida State.
Okay.
This is my sophomore year of college. Moved in with this dude who I met over the summer. Cool ass dude. But I should have known.
Thank you.
So, what is that?
It's ice.
All right, so this cool ass dude, I met him. I actually met him up in Pennsylvania. I was working at a summer camp, and I met this dude, who's another camp counselor or whatever. Yeah. He was going to Florida State. I was already there. I said, you know what? We should shack up together. You know what I mean? Get a place together. It'd be cool. He was a cool dude to party with or whatever.
Okay, Florida.
And like, I don't know, 3 or 4 months in, it was just like him and I were just super distant. He was just kind of doing his own thing, and I was doing my own thing. And, you know, I hadn't seen him, and I was like, dude, where's your part of the bills? And he, you know, we just weren't communicating, right? Are you going to buy groceries? You know how that shit works, right? Yeah. Tell me why I come home one day and the lights are off. Oh, like they're turned off. Yeah. Right? And I'm like, what's going on? I walk in and I try to flip the lights, and it's nighttime, right? Yeah. So I try to flip to nothing. Well, I kind of walk in the joint and I realize there's no furniture in there. There's nothing.
How long had you not been there?
Huh?
How long?
It was a couple days because I was staying with the girl I was dating for a couple days, and you know I didn't check in with the dude. You know what I mean, bro? Homeboy moved out, right, and to the point where he took my food out of the fridge.
The mustard too?
Like he took everything. There was trash on the floor.
Oh, jeez,
bro! He took my books. He took everything that I had, like my personal stuff. Yeah, and then you know I had to file a police report. You know what I'm saying? So. Because of the stolen items, you know what I mean? So, man, to lead into where the initial question was, I was just so defeated. I was just like burnt. I didn't have money, you know what I mean? I couldn't replace those books that had been stolen. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I was like, fuck it, man. I'm gonna go down to the gas station. I'm gonna get a soda. I'm gonna get me some Reese's peanut butter cups because that's.
Was this a 7-Eleven or what?
It was just a corner store. I don't remember. Okay. I think it was Cumberland Farms.
Cumberland Farms.
Hashtag Cumberland, send us a sponsor. So I went down there and I got a scratch off, bro. And I remember vividly, it was a Monopoly one that had little greenhouses across of it.
What was that, a $5 or a $10?
No, it was a $2 joint. $2 joint. Okay. And I got it and I won $300, bro.
Oh,
just
shit.
right off rip, bro.
Really?
$300 cash. So I turned around and cashed that hoe in, and I was able to actually salvage some of the books, right? Ended up staying with the girlfriend for the rest of the semester, but it was crazy. Ended up, I had to obviously leave that place that I was staying at. I couldn't afford to pay the rent, or especially rent in a place where I had no lights because the lights were in his name. It was just crazy. And even crazier is, I went to go try to turn on the lights at that place for myself because I could have found a roommate, right? Yeah. Is he hadn't paid the lights since we moved in. Oh. He was taking my money that I was giving him because I was waiting tables and going to school. He had never paid it. And so when I went to go turn it on, they asked me, "Did you live in this house?" And I said, "Yeah, but my name wasn't on it, right?" Yeah. They said, "Well, you got to pay for it anyway." I was like, "I'm not doing that. It's not in my name." They said, "Well, we can't turn it on then." I was like, I don't know what to tell you. They were like, "Take him to small claims court." And I was like, I feel you, but I need lights. You know what I mean? Yeah. Can't function without it. So ended up moving out. But yeah, life changers, man. That brings us to today. You know, life experiences. You know.
Yeah. Let's try and go on the positive with this question here. Have you ever been backstage?
Concerts?
Yeah. Or like the show or something. Just backstage in general.
Yeah, but not in the fashion in which you think. Not
like the Aerosmith backstage like that. Just back there.
So when I was really young, my dad, after he left the service, he owned his own salon, did hair, did all this stuff, and he actually did some off-Broadway stuff. Uh-huh. And he was in charge of making sure that like their hair was right, their costume was right, everything was right that looked right for the part before the actor or actress went on stage, right? And so
where in the state?
This is down in Houston, so we're back in Houston. And so I saw some really cool stuff because my dad would sit me in a chair right where he was working, You know what I mean? So they come to him. He'd look over him real quick.
Where would this have been at? Like what arena or what
no longer
center?
there. No longer there.
What's
it's
it
where
called?
the Rockets used to play.
Okay.
I can't recall. I can't recall what it was called.
Because now it's Toyota, but it was something prior to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it because I've been to many things.
Okay. Yeah, but yes, there was something before the Toyota Center. So
yeah, hold on one second. I'm gonna get it because it's important to the story.
Yeah, and my apologies. We usually have a producer in here, an executive producer, but we don't have him in here tonight. So we're just trying to get the best we can.
It says that it's the old reunion, but that's not the name. That's not the name I'm searching for.
You don't think it was the Astrodome?
No. It was much smaller scale because
in the city, because the Astrodome's not in the city. Was it in the city?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, compared to the Astrodome. Was it like a theater or was it like a dome or like an arena?
It was more like a building, kind of like the Mavericks play at that.
Yeah,
it looked like that.
Okay,
you know what I mean. But I remember they used to have like the Disney on Ice, the Ringling, Barnum and Bailey. It says out here the Compact Center, which is now Lakewood Church.
The Compact.
Oh, here it is. It was called the Summit. The Summit. That's it. The Summit.
Houston.
But when you pull up the Summit, that's what it says. It says Lakewood Church Central Campus. So that's what it turned into.
What's it called? Houston
Rockets. It's the Summit.
It's Houston Summit. That's Houston Summit.
We got to put Rockets in, man. It's not gonna work.
We're gonna do this. We are going to do this. Freaks and Geeks. Let's see. RCK. There we go. Boom. All right, Freaks and Geeks.
And see it pops up Lakewood Church.
Yeah, we'll check out the images. Yeah. This is the land. This is the but prior to.
Yeah.
Wait, this one right here.
Yeah.
Did they rebuild it? What about this right here?
No. See where the S is up at the top right?
Right.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah, but anyway, yeah.
You've been there? You've been in there?
Many times. It's not there anymore, though. Obviously, they rebuilt.
Yeah, because it's a Toyota Center, right?
No, it's not. They don't even play at that location anymore. Their Toyota Center is somewhere else.
Yeah.
But that's now a church. That's where that Lakewood Church is.
But there was a basketball arena in there?
There used to be.
Right there?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. And so, what was cool?
Is this?
Yeah. What was cool?
Really?
What was cool about it is, I got to sit in a chair, exit stage left, kind of. You know what I mean? Where the actors and actresses would come in. So, you can call that backstage, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I got to see some stuff. But yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah, it's pretty dope.
I've been to a couple of backstage things, but never anything like that.
I got a banger for you.
What's that?
Oh man,
for us, this not just for me. I mean,
this is for the Freaks and Geeks. Here you go.
Yeah, go for it.
So, reminiscing of some true middle school, early high school jams. My wife and my sister, my brother-in-law, found out that Boyz II Men was coming to the casino in Oklahoma, Thackerville. And so we decided to go check out Boyz II Men and see if they still got the chops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so get up there and I'm like, wifey, when's the next time we're going to get to see Boyz II Men? It's cool. Let me grab a T-shirt. You know what I'm saying? I could wear it while I'm cleaning house or something. Yeah. Totally fanboying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get up to where the entrance to where our seats are, and I don't see a merch table or anything. Nothing. There's nothing anywhere around. Well, there's this table over to just to the left of the doors. Yeah. And there's a couple people standing around, and I'm like, hey, I don't see a merch section. Is there somewhere where I can get a T-shirt, keychain or something, And the lady says, no, but you can go ask those people at that table right there.
The bootlegs?
And I was like, no, what's going on with this table? And so I walk up to the table. I'm like, hey, I was looking for a merch table, and they told me to come see you. And they said, yeah, they're not really doing merch, but for $30 you can meet them. Oh, shit. I was like, what? What, for $30 I can meet some people that I know personally wore out CDs over? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
who doesn't know 5 Boys to Men songs? You know what I mean? Like, you know them. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
And so what's even crazier is we waited in this line, with probably 100 heads.
So it was 60. It was you and the wife.
And my sister and my brother-in-law.
Okay, so like 100.
They're about 100 heads, right? In the line total. Yeah. So we're waiting in line. It was interesting because they gave us these backstage lanyards, and they had already pre-signed the lanyard, so they weren't going to do autographs for you. But you got an autograph on the lanyard, and it was cool, and you got to take a picture with them.
Boys, man.
So we get up there, and we're getting to do the pictures. And I was like, guys, man, it's awesome. I just want to let you know that, I really appreciated y'all's music, growing up and da-da-da. And one of the dudes looks down at my feet and goes, "Nice J's." And I'm
what'd you have on?
And
what'd you have on?
I had Squadron 13s on. And so I said, I noticed your shoes too. Yeah. And so we held traffic for about 5 minutes talking about shoes.
Yeah.
And so it was really cool, man. I almost took the shoe off and said, "Hey, throw a signature on the shoe." But then who wants a Boys to Men Jordan?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
it's very limited.
but it was just super cool that I got to speak to somebody who's internationally known about something that I'm passionate about. So,
but behind the scenes as well.
Yeah, behind the scenes for sure. So, it was just really dope. You know what I mean? Talk to some people, in that fashion. So, and that happened, less than 5 years ago.
No,
so
that's great.
That's pretty dope.
That's great. No, I like that, man. I
got pictures to prove it.
Yeah, but, I think you've sent me some pictures. I don't think I have anything like. I don't think I have anything like that. I got some good Action Bronson stories, but I've already told all the Freaks and Geeks that type of stuff for the most part. So I do think we need to move on. But let's see. Have you ever sung karaoke? And if you have, what song's your preference?
Oh man, I have sing karaoke.
Yeah?
I'm bad at it though. I'll do it, but
what's the hitter though?
So I get this I don't know what it is. I get this. I love to sing because singing. I think singing comes from the soul.
Once I was afraid, I was.
No, I don't go there. But I'll sing with a group of people and stuff. But I just feel like a spotlight's on me, and I can be in a group of people when singing. You know. I like to sing the Garth Brooks. You know what I mean? That's a fan favorite. Yeah. Friends in Low Places. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know that one? I don't really go deeper than that.
The whiskey is changing in the moon.
And it's like one that you can get the crowd involved with. Yeah. You know what I mean? But other than that, nah. I'm not singing Earl Had to Die. You know what I mean? No Dixie Chicks or even some rock stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't think I've ever sung some karaoke. I've never done it. No, I've never done that. I wish. I got a couple of rap tracks that I would do, and I have a. I got some.
It's dangerous though, bro, because you could skip the words, bro.
I could do it as long as they're on the thing, because I know them. As long as they're on the
until the music's off and you're like, that's not how that tune goes.
Nah, we can hit it. I can hit it acapella.
I've done Vanilla Ice on karaoke. It ended terribly. Yeah. So, but yeah, man. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, I think I could do some acapella as long as I gave you like 3 or 4 tracks. It's like, all right, we're gonna do that one. All right, and you put the lyrics up on the limelight. Yeah, I'll do it.
Well, that's dope, bro. Doc, I'm gonna have to hold you to that. We're gonna have to go out and hit some karaoke when this COVID's done.
Yeah, I think I could do at least 2, maybe 3.
What? Give me one off the top.
No. I need lyrics. Okay. I need some.
Just the name. I don't
need the song
letters. Right now. Like what song?
Ba-dum-bum. Yeah. Ba-dum-bum. But I'll do that. I got 5 on it. I'll do some Pimp C stuff.
So I got 5. The remix?
No, the original. The creepiest one.
Yeah, I've heard some. Yeah, I've heard some really bad ones.
That us. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, I'll do that. Maybe some Bo Thugs in Harmony. I'll do some Bo Thugs in Harmony. Maybe some Snoop Dogg for you.
Some first of the month?
It's the first of the month. Yeah.
And I miss my Uncle Charles. Yeah.
But
I remember going to the roller skating rink and just be jamming on some Bone Thugs and Harmony. It's like, sir, we can't have you suggest that anymore.
You've done it 4 times already.
Sir, you can't couple skate to this song?
There's no one with you.
That's funny.
Yeah, no, I like that stuff. Okay, man, let's see. I know I got some more. Have you ever been to a midnight movie release? A midnight movie release?
Absolutely.
Yeah, what'd you see?
And I absolutely...
A release, though.
Passionately.
Yeah, you hated it?
Hated it.
What?
Star Wars Episode 1.
Oh, no, that was like 2001, right?
Let me tell you why.
Jar Jar!
Let me tell you why, okay?
Yeah.
Show up to get in line early because we know there's gonna be a bunch of heads, right?
Yeah. But that was at the time where you, I mean, like, if you were to show up, listen, if you were to show up right now, you have a seat, a specific seat.
Yeah.
But at that point in time, you were showing up for assembly and, all right, next, this seat, next, this seat, next, this seat.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. People were showing you where to sit.
Yeah, hey, go for it.
Like,
you picked your
like
seats.
you
did not pick your seats.
No, let me tell you this. If you went in and sat down in the middle 2 seats, because it's the best seat in the house, somebody would come and tell you need to scoot down so that other people can sit there.
Really?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Really?
So, like, strategery was in place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But let me tell you why I hated it. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Tell me why the bitch in front of me dressed as Queen Amidala and had this giant headpiece.
Yeah.
I couldn't see shit. You know what I'm saying? Every head in that fucking place was dressed up.
Yeah.
We felt weird, the person I was with, because we weren't dressed up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it just that was the only time that I've ever been to like a major release, and it was in a busy city. So heads were full blown dressed. You know, so
yeah. Especially that's essentially number 1, right? That's number 1.
It was a long ass movie too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You can imagine me trying to peek around this chick's fucking headpiece.
That was with Darth Maul, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, with the double. I didn't get into that too much, but yeah, that's a good one there.
Yeah. I still got a couple Jar Jar Binks pieces.
Jar Jar.
I have a Jar Jar Frisbee at the house.
No, really?
Hell yeah.
Really, yeah. Jar Jar is he's the kiss of death. They say he's the kiss.
Yeah,
it's not. Yeah,
terrible
it's not
character,
good.
bro.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
You don't want none of that stuff.
Yeah, that's bad, bro.
Okay. All right. Let's see. That's the midnight movie there. Let's see. We're gonna get a little bit not necessarily explicit, but a precursor. Have you ever seen a let's see, what is it? A ghostly apparition? Have you ever seen a ghostly apparition? Yeah, ghostly apparition. What's that?
I have never seen a ghost in person.
Yeah.
I will tell you that I have woken up several times in my own room.
Yeah.
And saw a shadow and was so stricken with fear.
Was it Slender Man?
No. That's kind of a new concept.
Yeah.
No, this was just a figure.
What about the kukui? Was that kukui? Was it kukui?
It could have been.
Yeah.
It could have been kukui. but yeah.
Shout out Robert Rodriguez. This is the first shout out of episode number 12. We haven't done one. I haven't personally. But yeah, the kukui. Not Danny Trejo, but yes, shout out to the kukui. Go for it, bro.
Absolutely. Yeah, just stricken with fear, bro. You know, with that shadow, like couldn't move, paralyzed.
Yeah.
Like couldn't get up to go to the bathroom, turn the light on. Yeah. But yeah, man.
But you don't think that's what's that called? Where you're paralyzed, not with fear, but with what's it called? You don't know what it's called? Where you're sitting there. Oh, God. My goodness. Episode number 1. My apologies. I know we've talked about it before. Where you're just sitting there and you can't move. Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know. Nah.
Well,
yeah, you're stiff. Like you can't move. But this is a fear-based thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. This is a body / like sleep based thing.
No, not narcolepsy type stuff.
No, not necessarily that, but it's like you can't move. like you fall asleep and you can't move. I've never had it. It's very
like sleep paralysis.
Yeah, paralysis.
Yeah.
Paralysis. Yes, yes. It's not that.
No, I wasn't asleep. I was awake.
Oh, and you couldn't move?
No, I was awake because I heard something or saw something.
Yeah.
But I couldn't move because if I moved, this thing would get me. You know what I mean? That's how scared I was. You know what I mean? So, but and other than that, man, I haven't really seen anything. I enjoy watching, YouTube videos.
You were putting me on that, telling me about that Mark V. What's it called?
Nuke's Top 5.
Nuke's Top 5. Shout out Nuke's Top 5. That's another one right there. We got to mark that one off. Nuke's Top 5. I've never got down with that. Freaks and Geeks, I tend to get down with the proper people.
Yeah.
But our buddy, and I want to show you that one tonight.
Yeah,
but our buddy here, the ShoeJanitor, put me on Nuke's Top 5. You should go check that out on YouTube. It's very good. It's kind of creepy, you know. What is that right there? Who is that? They won. Oh my Christ! Is that final?
Yeah,
that's final.
But look at that game. Packers Colts 31-31.
But all right, so we're moving on from disc golf, and I want to talk to you about life travels. So, do you like to travel?
I do.
Yeah.
I've been some places.
Yeah. Tell the Freaks and Geeks. Tell the Freaks and Geeks.
Some places.
How you been everywhere, man? You've been everywhere. I've been to. You know what I'm saying? Well, across the mountain there, man.
So inside the states.
Yeah.
I've done some early, when I was younger, did some traveling. I've done a couple cruises and stuff. I've never been to Asia or Europe or anything like that. I've been to South America a handful of times.
South America, okay.
Yeah. Did some very minute backpacking in South America. Honduras, Nicaragua, Belize. I've been to Belize.
Belize, okay.
I've been to Belize twice. And then like the islands like Grand Cayman, parts of Mexico. Been and down. My grandparents are from Mexico, but that's more like state proper, like cross the border type shit.
Yeah.
State bound. Been to California, Denver, Ohio, Pennsylvania. Thought I was going to move to Pennsylvania at one point. New York. I love New York. I thought I was going to move there as well.
I love New York.
Yeah, New York is dope. I would have to take 7 more jobs to afford an apartment there. But I like the fast pace at the time. This is pre-marriage, pre-kiddo. You know what I mean?
Shout out Duff Harris because, he's out there. We love you, buddy. We can't wait to have you back. But, keep going.
Absolutely. But just love the fast-paced life and stuff. It wasn't for me at that time in my life. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I dig it. I try to visit as much as I can.
Yeah.
So...
No. Yeah, I like that place.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Been to Boston, lived in Florida, been, all up and down the East Coast. Tennessee, Kentucky.
Yeah.
Missouri, Kansas. I mean, pretty much.
Well, I know. I mean, it's getting Freaks and Geeks. It's getting close to the Thanksgiving time. We're going to talk about that in a little bit, but what is your preferred way to travel in general? Not necessarily during the holidays, but just in general. If you're going to go a long distance out of the state, are you going to travel by
car or by plane?
In the state? Yeah. I would travel by car in the state the entire way. Sure. But outside the state, what are you going to travel with? What's out of the state? What's your preferred way of travel?
Well, let me start this conversation out by telling you what I won't ever do again.
Yeah, again.
I took Greyhound from Houston, Texas. To Port Authority, New York.
Oh my goodness!
72 hours without a shower, sleeping next to somebody who may or may not have taken a shower in
that's
80 days.
That's right there on like 42nd Street or something
But it was rough, man. It was real rough, and so Yeah, 72 hours on the bus. I won't ever do that again. I told myself after that trip that it's either flying or I'm not going or driving.
Flying or dying.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I've driven to Florida and Texas, a handful of times. My preferred now that I work and get money is to fly though. If I can fly.
Okay. Flying.
Rental car.
Flying. Let's see.
Responsible ass adult.
When you're flying, this is a good one, a good pop-up one. Have you ever flown first class?
Yes, on an upgrade.
Upgrade.
But that was I never purchased that though.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. They just gave it to you?
Yeah, they had a family that needed the seats together or whatever, and they said, well, yeah, we can jump you up to first
Have you
class.
ever gotten like a hotel upgrade?
Yes. Yeah, we have. We have. One time in San Diego, my wife and I went a couple years ago, and I said, do you have a view of the harbor? And they're like, nah, with this room we already have booked for you. It's an interior building. It's got a shot of the pool and all this stuff. And I was like, oh, we're only here for a week. Is there you got anything? And they're like, oh, we'll just throw you the room upstairs for nada. So it was nice.
That's kind of cool.
Shot of the water, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So like when you're traveling, like if you're gonna book a travel destination, what's your favorite place to travel to?
Now Orlando, man. We go a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, with
Universal,
with
Disney,
Yeah.
I dig that stuff.
Yeah.
Now that we got the family.
Yeah.
We dig taking the dude, and this last year we went to Disney during Christmas.
He went, right?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. He really enjoyed it, man. He was bucking Bronco from place to place. You know what I'm saying? Let me get to the next. So enjoyed it. Got some really cool pictures.
Yeah, that's cool. Let's check this one out. This is back on Life Travels. Because again, this is the Doctor's Orders podcast, episode number 12 with the Shoe Janitor. Listen, janitor. Excuse me. Have you ever been in 4 states at once? Have you ever been in 4 states at once?
I don't know how that's possible to be in all 4 states at once, but I've been.
It's the California, New Mexico, Utah, Colorado.
Well, you're not at once, but you could drive in a circle. And
you can be in the 4 corners. It's called the 4 corners.
No, I've never done that.
You never done that? No. Okay, then neither have I.
No.
That's why
I have been to Kansas City, Missouri, and
Kansas City,
Kansas City, Kansas.
Yeah, Kansas City, Kansas.
So that's called like the tri-state area. I've been to there, so there's 3.
Yeah, that's cool. No, they say if you go to there's 4 corners over there, and you can be in one spot in 4 states at once.
How's that possible? Because they
all connect. They all connect right there. Right there.
So you can stand on that point.
Boom, right there. And
that's cool.
And that's it. I've never done that, but yeah.
So bucket list then?
Yeah. For me, yeah. I like to be
sure.
I like to be smoking big pot.
I'll throw it in there then.
Yeah, I would like to do that. It's right there. It's called the 4 corners.
Nice.
So yeah, I've never done it. I wish to. I definitely wish to. But yeah, so that's a no. Freaks and Geeks for both of us. I don't know if you have been. If you've been, let me know. Hit me up in the chats, the IG. Again, follow us on the IG, the personal IG and the podcast IG. But Shoe Janitor, let's see. What's your go-to munchie snack? For travels. We're still talking travels. For travels, yeah. What do you think about the? Hold on. If I can get it off before you, the corn chip. No, not the corn chip. The it's the corn nuts. Corn nuts.
I love corn nuts. the ranch flavor and the nacho flavor. Yeah, both of those, bro. I find it as I get older too. The teeth are a little bit more brittle on those, so I gotta be careful with those. But yeah, the chips and the drinks and the occasional gummy worm. But I don't have a go-to other than for travel.
So I like the chicharron, the spicy one.
Chicharron?
Yeah.
Do you like the hard little ones or the fluffy?
Both.
Yeah, me too.
At the top of the bag, I like the fluffy. At the bottom of the bag, I like the hard one.
The crunchy ones. Yeah. I'm down.
Yeah. I definitely like those on travels. I don't like sunflower seeds on travels, but I do like sunflower seeds at baseball games.
See, I'm not a huge fan of sunflower seeds either, unless I'm participating or playing in a baseball.
I like
softball.
I like peanuts at baseball games too.
Yeah.
And I like peanuts at any sporting event. In all honesty, yeah, I do like that.
I dig it.
Let's see. Let's see. Let's go to travel snack. What's first class? Have you? Did I? I think I already asked you. Have you ever traveled first class?
Yeah.
Yeah, I already asked you that.
Just on an upgrade. Yeah.
Yeah, on the upgrade. Have you? Oh, hey, check this one. Back to the flights. Have you ever missed a flight?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and it sucked. Yeah, like talking about 6 hours next flight. Yeah.
And you had to stay there?
Hanging out at the airport for 6 hours, bro. That was in Denver. Yeah.
Oh, things to do in Denver when you're dead.
Yeah,
man.
Denver, and you're not a Bronco fan.
No.
So figure that out.
No. Oh, man. That's crazy. Let's see. I've never missed a flight. Fortunately, I've never missed a flight. Let's see. Have you ever traveled by train in a long distance? My mother has traveled from Texas to Chicago.
To Chi-Town.
Yeah. So
Amtrak?
Yes. She was talking about like 29, 30 hours.
Yeah.
So that's quite a long distance. But what about yourself?
I did a Tallahassee to Dallas. Yeah. So that's another one too, man. Is I got on it at like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Or so this is a funny story. Got on at 11 o'clock at night. Right. I got one of those, just regular seats, whatever.
Yeah.
And had this chick sitting next to me, and was jamming out in my Walkman or whatever. Tells you how long it was. CD player, and jamming out. So the next day, I go over to the little beverage cart that sells snacks and drinks, and I get in there and sit in there, and there's an old lady in there playing cards by herself, and I'm like, hey, do you want to play some cards? We're playing some cards, and I noticed that it's creeping 2 or 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, like, we're supposed to get there at 6.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but we're still in Alabama. Like, what's going on? Yeah. So, like, the conductor comes by, and I'm like, hey, so...
What's going on, buddy?
Yeah, like, it says on my ticket we're supposed to be there on 6. And he goes, yeah, 6 tomorrow. I'm like, fuck. Guess I got a whole bunch of gin rummy to play, you know what I mean, with the old lady. But yeah, I made the most of it, it is what it is.
Gin rummy? Oh.
Playing cards with the old lady, but yeah, it was fun.
Oh, so, man, that's bad. Gin rummy.
but the Amtrak, a lot of hours from Florida to Texas. So and I actually much more enjoyed that than doing the bus, and I did the bus a couple times.
The Greyhound?
Yeah, it sucked.
Guess I got a lot of gin rubbing.
Yeah.
Have you been on? Well, that's travels. Let's go on. Before we go into the aquatic travels, I know I had one more. Where is it at? Here, right here. Before we go into aquatic travels, because I want to discuss aquatic travels before we go into the next thing. There, for yourself, is it the beach? Is it the mountains? Is it the desert? Or is it the forest? The beach, the mountains, the desert, the forest. Beach all day?
Yeah.
Beach all day? That's cool.
I'll tell you something crazy, though, man. Is I love the ocean, right?
Uh-huh.
Like, it's again, it's my solstice. I love the water, right?
Yeah.
Won't go in the ocean. Won't go in the Gulf.
Yeah.
I won't swim in there. Because I don't know what it is, man. I have this healthy fear of something I don't know is there or not. I won't swim in a lake either. So there goes the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So therein lies the answer to your question. Definitely the beach.
Yeah. Okay. Beach. All right. Did we talk about that? The place you never been to? Have you?
A place like I want to go.
Yeah. Hold on. Yes. Freaks and Geeks. This is for the ShoeJanitor. Yeah, we're all right. Are you okay? Are you okay on that? You in the bathroom or anything?
No, I'm straight.
No. I see that. But a place that you have never been, your destination that you've never been to.
Yeah.
What's that?
So I very much enjoy history,
Uh-huh.
and I think I'd like to go to Europe sometime.
Europe, okay.
I think that's something I'd like to do for my wife.
Rome or what?
Italy would be dope to see some of the
Pisa?
architecture and
The Pisa,
and
the what do they call it? The canal boats?
Yeah, the gondolas.
Yeah, the gondolas. Gondolas. Yeah.
And there's rumor that there's city underneath there. You know that, right?
Oh, really?
When they built the city, and made the waterways and stuff, that they built that over existing city.
Yeah. See, that's just for the Gentiles there. Like you're better than that.
Okay.
Like if you want to go more than that,
Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm. I don't.
Man, I want to go to Europe.
Okay.
I do have bucket lists to go to Japan and China, and I'd like to go to Africa and Australia. I mean, I'd like to go to all those places. You know?
My best friend's his brother, he's been to Japan and he's got some good shots and he's been to some good places. Yeah.
I definitely want to hit some of the sneaker spots in Japan.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like the underground joints.
Yeah.
Like what is that right there?
Yeah.
In that case. Never seen it. You know what I mean? Why is it a size 8.5?
0.5. Yeah, no, that's crazy. But speaking of size 8.5, I want to get into the next segment. I mean, I'm done with life travels. Yeah. You got anything else? I mean, man. You ever been to the Bermuda Triangle or where the Titanic went down or anything like that?
There's some stories about that, bro. I saw a documentary about this.
The Bermuda Triangle?
The Bermuda Triangle the other day. It was kind of crazy. It's, you know how much you put into what they're saying.
Yeah.
But it was a father who was a pilot, his son who was a pilot, and then the brother that was not a pilot. Mm-hmm. Small airplane, right? Went into some cloud cover over the Bermuda Triangle, right? Mm-hmm. And in 10 minutes, they went from North Carolina to Miami, Florida. In 10 minutes.
Really? What? Were they still alive? Did they make it?
Yeah, they just came out and in 10 minutes they had already traveled that far.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like they say,
crazy.
like if it's you and I in a plane and we make it from that destination, like, but we fall. There's this what is it called? The pressure. The pressure just drops, and if the pressure drops, we're fucked. The oxygen pressure, it drops, we're fucked. Yeah. And there's some crazy stuff with that, man.
So here's my theory. I'm gonna just throw out my theory about the Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah.
I think it has to do with magnetism that sank a bunch of ships. So one thing that they all had in common is even if they were wooden ships, at the time they still had metal warfare. So swords, cannonballs, all this stuff. If it's something that's magnetized, right, and there's a giant magnet under the water, what would it do?
That's tough.
It either push or it would push or pull, right?
Yeah.
So it would do one of the two.
Yeah.
So think about what it would do to an entire ship that's made of nothing but metal. You know what I mean? So think of it that way. So.
Yeah, no, that's tough on the Bermuda because. I mean, that's almost mythological, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. But and my theory on that is just basically if you had to say something, that's what I would say.
Yeah, I got you. All right, man. Well, you see the timepiece there.
Absolutely.
We need to round it off. We got this thing, and then we got the closer, okay?
Yeah, absolutely.
But this thing here, I want to talk to you about footwear. I want to talk to you about, the footwear is, in all honesty, the reason why we're kind of speaking today.
Absolutely. I remember the day that I met you.
Yeah, man. Regarding footwear, in general, I want to talk footwear of the past, the present, and the future. But do you remember this day? Tell the Freaks and Geeks about this day.
About the day we met?
Sure, go for it.
Yeah, man. I was working at a local sneaker spot. That was close to where the doctor was working at the time.
It was a Walmart, right?
Yeah, at the Wally.
Yeah.
And I was doing the part-time at this shoe spot, while I was teaching. So in the evenings and stuff and
weekends?
Yeah, weekends on the weekends. And so he would come in and we'd just top it up about shoes, man. It was just crazy because you think, oh, how much could you really talk about a shoe? But there's all kinds of stuff, right? The history, the model, colorways, in history can be split up into the history of the shoe itself or the history of in which you had it or somebody else had it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
the history for you personally.
History, for sure.
Yeah.
And so we chop it up, and kind of what it went from there is there was a couple different people that I met through there, and we eventually got a little group together, which was the High Beast Police, right? Which is crazy. Rest in peace. Hoping there was still a sticker on the outside of a Buffalo Wild Wings.
Something.
I still got Marty stickers around, bro.
Yeah, I think I got stickers in the garage.
Yeah.
I think there's one sticker in the garage right now. Right now. But
the little OG Marty on it?
Yeah, OG Marty.
Yeah.
OG Marty, yes, sir.
We got to get some new shirts made. That would be dope. So. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of how we met, just kind of chopping it up. And we've been friends ever since. It's kind of crazy to think that it's been, how many years now?
How many, man? More than, it's going on 10, maybe?
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's going on 10? I think so.
That's
around 10. And I would say 2022, it'd be 10. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
It's a long time. And what's crazy here is there's some people that were in that group that we don't talk to at all.
Yeah.
And then there's people that have stayed kind of close.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's right.
And we all have families and have gotten married and have kids. Some have kids now, and some had kids, and so I think things are just evolving in life. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. I mean that's early sneaker culture. Did you ever get upset at a release?
Oh, absolutely.
What release was it? I can think of one. I can think of my first. You think of yours, and I know mine.
Go
right?
ahead and
so I would say that
I think I can name yours. How about that?
What's that?
Cool Gray 11s.
No.
You weren't going to talk about not getting them initially?
9s.
Oh, the Chicago 9s?
No, Cool Gray 9s.
Cool Gray 9s. Oh, yeah, that's right. Is that where the people were running?
No. So Freaks and Geeks, Cool Gray 9s. I went to the mall in Denton, Texas. This was the Golden Triangle Mall.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was my go-to spot. I would always go to the Golden Triangle Mall and go to the finish line, and I was always first, and I would always get whatever pair I always wanted on that Saturday. Always.
And a 10.5.
In a 10.5, always.
Yeah.
Hashtag Slytherin, hashtag Snake, because it's always, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
Always. And at this point in time, I go and I get my thing is I want the Cool Gray 9s.
Yeah.
Those are hot as shit. You got those?
I don't have.
I think they're in there.
I don't have a lot of 9s because I feel like
9s was the hey, listen,
tough.
Go for it. I
think 9s are tough, man. I think they have a lot of issues.
9s was the first shoe I collected. I have a solid heart for 9s and 4s.
Yeah.
9s and 4s is really for me.
So I have one pair of 9s in my whole collection.
What's that one?
And I'm almost 300 deep in shoes.
Yeah.
It's the Calvins, the silver and black joints, the Ultra Egos.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, the silver and black joints.
Yeah. So I am going to do one thing right now. This is the Doctor's Orders podcast, and this is episode number 12 with the ShoeJanitor and the 512 Foot Doctor, and we're talking about some 9s. We're talking about some shoes, some sneakers, in particular the Johnny Kilroy 9s that had like the silver, and then it had the 4 on the back, right?
Yeah,
Kilroy was number 4, right?
Yeah, and there was a little patch with the bandana on the inside of the shoe, which was dope.
Really?
Yeah. For
Man,
sure. That's the only 9 I own, though.
No, really? The 4 with the 4?
Yeah.
Damn. See, my first shoe was the Chicago 9.
Yeah, which is legendary.
Yeah.
The real Space Jam.
You think so?
It's the first appearance of the first shoe in
really,
yeah.
really. And then my second shoe was the charcoal 9.
Okay, I like that one too.
Yeah,
that's a good jean shoe.
Charcoal and red.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Red laces.
No, I think
red inglets. It has red in the top of the shoe or something. Maybe sock liner.
There's a very little amount of red, but it's more so charcoal. It's more so charcoal.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but yeah, that was my second shoe in 2010. Yeah, so I mean, my first two was 10 or nines.
Yeah.
My first two was nines.
But yeah, you were talking about how hard that cop was, the cool grade 9s for you. What do you think it was the hardest part about that?
Oh, hold on, bud. Yeah, I didn't get to talk about that. The hard man. So I would always cop. You would cop from
Hibbits.
Yeah. So I would in all honestly say, the amount of time that you were copping from Hibbits, I was on the flip side copping from Finish Line without an app or without a ticket or some shit like that. So I roll up as my usual first in line for the cool grade 9s, and I go up there, I take a seat, and I mean, you know, I got a cup of coffee, I got my fucking at the time my iPad, like 2nd gen. Mm-hmm. It had fucking Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas on that motherfucker right there. And I was first, so I'm just chilling. I'm like, all right, I'm just chilling. What's going on? So I get up there, and they when the time comes, they open the gates and they say, yeah, what size you want? I said my size, 10.5. And they said, "Oh, we're out of it." I said,
"Joker, I'm first. How are you out?"
I said, "Hold on. Yeah, what did you say?" I'm the first guy. I said, "Yeah." They said, "Yeah, we're at 10.5." I said, "How?" Well, this, then the third, and this, then the fourth.
So my first question to them would have been, did you not get a full size run?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because then that would have given them an avenue.
They end up cracking, and they said that our manager took the first one. I think,
of course.
Well, fuck your manager.
Employee first, bro.
Fuck you and your manager.
That's how the world works now.
Well, and then they were like, "Well, do you want the shoe or don't you?" So I said, "Fuck." Like I said, look, I got a half size smaller. I get the 10. So I ended up that evening, taking it to Grapevine Mills. So I purchased that. I got fucked at Denton Finish Line.
Yeah.
I ended up taking it to shout out Grapevine Mills Finish Line, and they were like, "Yeah, we still like." After it was probably like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. They were like,
night?
Yeah.
Damn.
They were like, "Yeah, we got a 10.5," and they're like, "Oh, or fuck it, I got a 10. I need that 10.5, big baby, big daddy. Like, give me that motherfucker right there." So they're like, "Yeah, we got you." So we just did the trade scheme.
So you want to hear something crazy about that? Is they don't even sell Jordans like that anymore at that.
At that Grapevine? Damn.
Yeah. They got robbed a few times, and
really?
they said we can't have you selling retros at the spot anymore. Yeah, because lots of heads were showing up.
That's crazy.
Breaking into the spot, you know what I'm saying? Through the AC vent.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Dang.
Yeah, don't even sell retros anymore. So.
Jeez.
But mine, funny enough, probably the most frustrated I've ever been was in line. I'm like 7 or 8 deep in line for the Gamma 11s.
That's 11s. Black and like gold or black and
like
teal?
like the indigo color.
Yeah, indigo. Right? It's indigo. Indigo.
Is it indigo?
Indigo.
Indiglo is like the watch.
No, that's it.
So when I look this up and you look dumb, what's that gonna look like?
It's indigo, but there's a glow. There's not. I wouldn't say there was in the glow. I've never heard of Indiglo.
Indiglo watch.
It's indigo that glows.
Indiglo watch.
That glows.
No, hold on. Indiglo watch.
Indiglo watches. Indiglo that glows.
So. No, I'm going to show you just so you... So that color
is
called Indiglo.
Which is indigo that glows.
Indiglo is the name of that.
Yeah,
that
which is...
So, we're gonna look up what the gammas are, right? We're going to look up gamma color.
Gammas are not indiglo or indigo. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to look up the description.
Yeah. Gamma is like a blue. It's a different blue than the indigo. Would you not say? Or in
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
But you're trying to clown over here, so now I'm gonna have to show you up. No, it's cool.
Well, I mean, like that shoe could be in the glow,
But you said you've never heard such thing, and I just pointed it out to you.
Well, no.
So I need you to moonwalk and say that you apologize for something I just showed you.
In discussion of a shoe, it's quite possibly different. But in reference to a watch, I've only ever heard of Indigo. Okay,
we're gonna check it out right here.
But
I'm gonna look at the box.
And but as far as like an Indiglo on a shoe, it's Indiglo.
Anyway. Regardless, so
it's irregardless. It's irregardless.
You're gonna look stupid, bro.
It's irregardless. No,
it says Gamma Blue.
Gamma Blue, not Indiglo. Not
Indiglo, but Indiglo is a color, and the color was based on the watch.
Yeah.
So that's why I said that. But thanks for trying to clown me. Yeah. All right. So anyway,
shout out Kill Tony.
Yeah.
Shout out Brian Rabbit. Shout out David Lucas.
I was like 8th in line. Notice I'm not saying anything because he's trying to be disrespectful.
Shout out William Montgomery.
So, 8th in line, and I'm talking to the people ahead of me to kind of get a feel what the sizes are that everybody's getting because it's first come, first serve. In line. So, I got a 10, 10 and a half, 11. And with that release, you can get a child size.
Yeah, that was old.
A youth size.
You could get 3, right?
And an adult size.
This was like before 2014?
Yeah. It's, well, I don't
right
know.
There, right?
Yeah,
it wasn't. I wouldn't say past 2016.
Yeah, I don't remember when those came out. I'm sure I could look it up, but I'm not going to do that. So I'm asking, and everybody's good, and there's 2 young kids that are in front of me, and I say young, they're probably 17, 18.
Yeah.
And so everybody's coming along and asking sizes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're like, what you got?
Yeah.
And so this I asked this kid in front of me. I said, what are you getting? And he goes, well, I'm going to get an 11.
Yeah.
And I said, are you getting the child sizes and the youth sizes? And he goes, yeah, I'm going to get this and this. And I asked his buddy, I said, hey, what are you going to get? And he said, well, I'm not getting anything.
Yeah.
I'm like, straight. I'm cool. All right. I'm good. I got the 14, right?
Yeah.
So go up, come out, and they're letting in a few at a time, right?
And they were in front of you, right?
Right. And so they were literally right in front of me.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, yeah, I'm a 14. I'm straight. You know what I mean? So I go in and I go to the register.
This is at the mall?
Yeah, it is at Hibbett, right? Because the first come, first serve.
Yeah.
And I get up to the register, and mind you, those 2 kids are still just to the left of me at the other register.
Yeah.
Checking out.
Yeah.
And I asked the dude, I said, yeah, I'll take the 14. And he goes, it's gone. And I said, how is that possible? And I said, I'm the only 14 in line. And he pointed to this dude, the kid that didn't want any. And he said, he got the 14. And I looked at those dudes and I was like, bro, that's foul. I just told you that I was going for the 14. Get an off size. Get a size that you can sell if you're going to resell it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it ain't going to fit you, why are you trying to rock? I'm getting it so I can wear it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And just turned his head and walked out. I was like, guys, that's why the culture's getting ruined.
Yeah, that's whack.
Super whack.
What year was that? What year was that?
I don't know. I mean, it happened within the last 10 years. You know what I mean? But I thought that was real messed up.
So after 2011?
Huh?
After 2011?
Here's the size right here. 13.
2013.
So, but I thought that was real jacked up because obviously had I not
and that was at the Golden Triangle?
Yeah, and had I not told him my size, he probably would have got a different size, right? So what was the point in doing that? Like to undercut somebody.
That's fucked.
Get whatever size something else.
Yeah.
And from my notice because I wear a 14.
Yeah.
I know all the other 14 sizes that are in line. You know what I mean? There was me and this other dude who always wore the same size, right? Yeah. He asked me a couple times, are you getting this shoe? I'd be like, no, that's all you. And vice versa. Yeah. So, I don't know. It was just real fucked up. That's what you get for trying to do the same thing with with some of these youth that are just in the game to resell.
That's fucked though. That like these heads in front of you that aren't a 14 and they aren't getting down with the 14. They were like, wait, yeah, the buddy behind us is 14, so we could pull that hoe.
Yeah.
And then try and push it to him. Like, come on, man.
But hey, to be honest with you, man, and how cutthroat it is with some of the limited edition shoes. Had I been another person, they probably would have had some words with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I just stick to my guns. I ended up getting them. You know what I mean? Actually, I got them in a 13 for retail somewhere else, and I never ever wore them.
So you walked away that day without something?
Zero.
At that time?
After waiting in line. But at that time, I wasn't really in the market to buy a shoe that I didn't know if I could resell.
Yeah.
And there wasn't a hype like there is for Jordans now, where you buy a shoe, even a Jordan 1, which used to be priced at $140, $160, you turn around now and you're getting $350 for that shoe. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, I wasn't gonna sell mine.
Yeah.
I was keeping it.
Yeah, but that's probably the most jacked up one.
Yeah. Let's see on footwear, like what you got any thing you're looking out for 2020 and or 2021?
Looking out for as to like re-releases or something. I'm very
just any capture you can get. Any capture you can get.
So I'm really picky with what I select now. As far as like pickups and stuff. So I have a rolling list of about 10 shoes.
Yeah.
10 shoes on my list that I've been chasing. And sometimes some take more precedent than others, right? So some I'll wait to get, and then some I'll find eventually. But usually they're older shoes. You know what I mean? Like one of my grails for the longest time were those, what are they? The like wine colored or maroon colored 5s. Remember how long I've been chasing those bad boys?
Is that burgundy?
The burgundy 5s. Yeah. I chased those for a long time, and it's funny enough, those shoes sat on shelves. You know what I mean?
Burgundy 5?
But now, good luck finding them.
Yeah.
Good luck finding the ones that are for sale or ones that have lots of paint chipping. You know what I mean? And guess what they don't sell? A paint match. You'd have to make your own paint match. And if you know anything about paint dries differently than it starts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so good luck. You're going to come out with a shoe that doesn't have the right color paint. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, burgundy 5s, you know. I think a grail for me would be a pair of Nike Mags.
Oh, yeah?
Just for the collection, not for the wear.
Yeah.
Because not for other people to see on my feet, but for me to wear. You know what I mean?
No, that's crisp.
Yeah.
Some mags.
Absolutely. But then you have your little things, you know what I mean, that you'd like to have that.
What about that? Well, yeah, what's your simpleton? The simpleton.
Simple things that you'd like to have in the list.
Yeah, for you personally.
I'd like an original pair of breads would be nice. Bread ones.
Okay.
And 85 bread ones. I have the 85 Chicago's, right?
Yeah.
I'd like a pair of breads. I saw a dead stock pair at SneakerCon. The guy wanted 2K, and I wish I would have bought them at the time, because good luck finding one for under $7 now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and they were in a 14, which is even crazier. Even smaller than that, I'd like an original pair of Bruins.
Okay.
To rock. You know what I mean? I dig the old shoes.
Yeah.
I try to even fit my son in some old stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got an original pair of Agassiz that are fucking dope.
Oh.
The lavas. And the neons and the lavas. But just stuff like that. But then there's always stuff on my list and there's stuff that comes and goes off the list too. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I got you. That's crazy. That is crazy. Well, I think this is probably the last discussion or the last question in regards to footwear. But what do you wish would come back? Because there's a lot that has changed.
I'm just gonna put this one thing out there. A lot of my friends that I network through sneakers, I've met camping for shoes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And I think those days are over, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know
I do
I mean?
think that the sneaker camping days are over. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would never go. I would never do what I just told you about a minute ago.
So we are in the era of the back door, and that's people. They do raffles, and then people get the managers or the people to write their name on the ticket, and then they throw them 30 bones on top or 50 bones. I don't even know because that's not me. And you know what? Hey, I respect your hustle, but at the same time, if it means that I can't get the shoe I want for retail, then that's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Or fucked off, right?
Yeah.
It makes the culture suck. You know what I mean? Like, why can't we all have dope shoes? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Why can't we all have something limited?
I definitely agree. It's hard. I mean, you and I have talked about it. The fact that I mean, sometimes you can't get these dope shoes. Mm-hmm. You know, you have a pair of dope shoes that I want, and we were both going for them. I'm not going to discuss what they were, but you definitely do have a pair.
Why don't you want to discuss them?
Oh, no, we'll leave it until next time. Yeah. We'll leave it because we know.
And it's funny because I'll probably never ever wear those either.
Yeah. But listen, the ones that the equivalents to those that I have.
Yeah.
Would you wear them?
Absolutely.
So I have. Yeah. But yeah. I would definitely.
I don't know if I could rock a fit that would match that.
Yeah,
because I'm not brave enough. You know what I mean?
But, no, that's a lovely model. Yeah. Maybe Freaks and Geeks in episode number 30 or 38. Yeah. We can talk about something like that.
Absolutely.
But that's a beautiful shoe that you do have. I think there's a couple of buddies of ours, friends of ours, that have that shoe.
That got this shoe.
Yeah, so I'm a little.
It's definitely a unicorn.
I'm a little JELLO. You know what I'm saying? And not in that aspect of a. Yeah. God.
What's crazy about that shoe too is I was on StockX the other day.
We were both on Stock. Yeah.
And that shoe has crazily gone up in value.
Yeah.
Like, I remember 4 months ago that shoe being anywhere between $300 and $450.
Really?
I
could only get one for like six.
Yeah, I had an offer at this last sneak show for $950, and I turned it down because the last ask on StockX was like $1250. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, it's gonna just continue to go up because they're rare. They really are. There's not. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of pairs out there, right?
Yeah, and Freaks and Geeks, we're talking about the dog walkers, the Nike SB dog walker mids. Yeah,
they're dope. They're dope, and everything that came with them, the dog chain, the
leash.
I wish I got I didn't get the leash.
The leash,
I got to get the leash just to keep in.
There was a lot of stuff that came with it.
Yeah, the dog bowl, right? You can get a dog bowl.
Yeah, there was a dog bowl. Yes. There was a whole lot of stuff that came with it.
Stickers.
And unfortunately, the 512 Foot Doctor didn't get shit. But he's got a lot more stuff than that. Don't get it misunderstood. Any last call on sneakers? What's going on there?
Nah, man. I just I'm living life now, which is crazy. Is when I started realizing that life is kind of different having a son, right?
Yeah.
It's funny. I transferred my love of shoes to him. Yeah. Right? But then it's funny. I don't let him in the shoe room because I'm like, you're not ready. Yeah. But we're really, those shoes are all his.
That's how Keith. Oh my goodness. Yeah. That's how Keith Richards' grandfather, Gus. He. Oh my goodness. He said the same thing to Keith Richards. Yeah. He said, like, there's a guitar right there. You're not gonna play that until you can reach it. Yeah. And when he reached it, he was like, "Yeah, I'll teach you."
Yeah, but isn't that crazy though?
Yeah,
like everything in that room is his.
It's set. It's set.
What's funny is my son will come around the corner and I have this huge Jordan fathead on the wall.
Yeah,
and he always goes ball.
Pointing at the ball,
and he points at the ball. But I'm like, son, you can't come in here. You know what I mean? You're not ready.
Next time,
you're not ready for the culture. But when you are,
you got ID, please.
When you are, you can get it, bro. But yeah, man, it's been crazy. The the transfer in really buying a bunch, because at one point I was buying anywhere from 4 to 5 sneakers a month.
Yeah.
To like once every 4 months buying myself something. Actually, I bought something just on Friday, for basketball season at my school, but promo pair.
Yeah.
LeBron. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it's dope.
Oh man, that's good. You gotta. What? I hate to put you on the spot, but what's your favorite? What's your
all-time sneaker?
That one that kills you. What kills you? So what kills you on the model?
When looking over my whole collection,
yeah. Even you can even just like say a specific number or something like that.
No,
you can say whatever you want.
I have it. Okay. So not to get all sentimental or anything, but there are 2 sneakers in my entire collection I wouldn't sell. And I've got some bangers. You know what I mean? I could sell my whole collection, everything, and I would not sell my metallic 5s.
Okay, the 5s.
Metallic 5s. And a pair of shoes that came out that was for a movie.
What movie?
Box Trolls.
Okay.
So it was made for a movie, but all of the proceeds in the auction of this shoe went to adoption.
Yeah.
For adoption agencies and services and stuff like that. So I bid on that shoe and I won. I think I got it for like $350, maybe $375 or something like that. But never worn, and it will never be worn. And it actually, I have the box inside the box that it came in.
Yeah.
And it'll stay there. I'll show people because it's a really cool ass box. It come with a custom pair of socks and its own dust bag and like all this cool ass shit. But that, I don't know, it just means a lot to me. And the metallic 5s, so crazy backstory. I do shoes now because I could never afford them growing up.
Me as well.
You know what I mean? Like I could never do that growing up.
Yeah.
Because we were always poor.
Yeah.
And so I told myself when I had money,
my mother was never going to buy me whatever I wanted.
For sure. So I would buy myself some nicer things when I got older.
Yeah.
And I really don't spend any money on myself otherwise. I don't drive a super nice car.
Yeah.
I don't live in a above means house, but I like buying shoes, and it's also a bond between me and my kids at school. You know what I mean? Is wearing shoes.
Yeah, that's cool.
I might create a conversation with somebody that wouldn't talk to me if I didn't have cool shoes on.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
that's cool.
But yeah, it's a really cool thing. But the metallic 5 was a shoe that my father bought for me.
Really? What year was that? Like 90?
91.
91.
Yeah.
Oh,
so like.
Geez.
He and this is not the pair because this is a size 14 pair.
Yeah.
But there's something about the story that comes behind that model and that shoe.
Yeah.
That when I got it, when I was able to purchase it, that I told myself, I can't let this one go because it reminds me of my dad. You know what I mean? So that's the one. That's the one that stays in the collect.
The metallic 5. God damn. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Christ. Freaks and Geeks. Your father bought you that?
Yeah, man.
Man, that's good, bud. That's good. That's good. Based off what you told me, I hope that you will one day watch, what's the film? What's the fucking film?
Dude, Where's My Car?
No. What's the other one? The one you will watch. My goodness. Stars Born. Based off what you told me, man. I hope you. Cause did you ever
I'll
play?
Watch it. I'll watch it for you.
Did you ever play ball in those 5s? Like not necessarily.
No, they're not a shoe to be worn like that for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But,
for me.
But they mean something to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they come out the box once a year.
Really? What day? What day?
Can you guess?
No, the Father's Day.
The father's death.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's nice.
They come out on that day.
Oh man, that's good. That's great.
That's crazy.
Oh, and it's all black, new book. It's got a little silver on it.
It's got that
chrome.
Dude, it's got
chrome.
that new book that you can push one way and it's black and push another way and it's gray.
Yeah.
It almost looks like a dark gray.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Great 5s, right?
Yeah.
Same material, I think.
Yeah. No, that's
But yeah,
great.
they're super dope. They mean a lot. So.
Yeah, that's good. No, I do like that. I like that.
Absolutely.
Oh man! All right. Well, I like that on the footwear talk. We need to close it out, bud.
Absolutely,
We
dude.
need to close it
We've
out.
been on this for a minute.
Yeah. Let's go to the conclusion. So in the conclusion, buddy, I want you to there's a couple of things. Plug anything that you want, bud. Plug anything and everything, and then
Absolutely.
we'll go from there. After you plug anything, just where can people find you? Include that on the plug.
Absolutely.
And I got two more questions after that.
Absolutely.
But go for it. Plug anything, and where can people find you?
Just on IG at ShoeJanitor, and I got some other buddies I'd like to plug. You got at the Spudster, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was episode number 7.
Yeah, shout out to the homie. Yeah. And then Sir Blinga, which is John, one of the original cast. And then always, the doctor here, bro. You know what I mean? He's been doing things, been a good asset to my life, if that makes sense. But also, let me give you an opportunity. One of the biggest things I've done with my life over the last 2 years is become a foster dad. Yeah. You know what I mean? Out there trying to make a difference in somebody's life. And so I actually have a foster vlog that we do through Instagram. And we do videos and pictures and stuff. It's Journey to Fostering Love.
Okay.
So take the time to check it out, and we'll just tell you
Journey to Fostering Love.
Journey to Fostering Love, and what we do is we talk about the ins and outs, the good and the bad. You know what I mean? Because there's been a roller coaster for this youngin, and this is our second child that we've had in our home. You know what I mean? The first one, beautiful young lady, who is thriving and doing well in her home. I'm glad. Yeah, so it's been a blessing, man, and I think when it's all said and done, we're gonna get to adopt this beautiful young boy that we have, and the doctor here has seen his voraciousness, his great. Exciting.
Shout out
little
CJ
guy.
Morgan.
Yeah.
CJ Morgan, shout out.
Absolutely. But yeah, man, if you have the time, check us out and see what we're trying to do. We're really trying to make a positive difference in our community and in people's lives. At the end of the day, when I leave this planet, I want them to know that I was a good man.
That's good. I mean? Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's good. All right, man. I really like that. We do like that here at the Doctor's Orders podcast with the 512 Foot Doctor. I think I said the Doctor's Orders. Yeah. The Doctor's Orders podcast with the 512 Foot Doctor.
The doc?
Yeah, but I got 2 more questions.
Absolutely.
And then probably a wrap up. Do you have any plans for the rest of the year? Just 2020 in itself. What are your plans for the rest of 2020?
Well, crazy enough, man, I think that this trip to come see you is the last of the year, bro, for our family to get out. You know what I mean? And so I think we're about to hunker back down with everything that's going on 2020 wise. You know what I mean? We've been really safe and putting the mask on and doing all that stuff. And I hate that we have to do that, man, but if it's to save a life, that we're going to do it, you know? So I think we're going to hunker back down. I think not even family, like close families getting together. I think we're going to start our own traditions with my wife and our son, and start moving from there. Start creating our own memories. So that's inner circle type shit, bro. You know?
You like the pops around here, bud? We got a lot of pops.
Absolutely, I'm a pop guy, bro. I'm a pop guy myself. I don't have I got a bunch of them, but they're mostly I'm a Back to the Future head. You know what I mean? So I got a bunch of those. I got some banger stuff to show you too that you haven't seen.
Man, buddy, we need to talk about music and movies. We need to talk about
all kinds of stuff, man.
Jeez, we need to. I
had to come back for an anniversary issue.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You'll be in there. We didn't talk about a few things, but let's. I think the last one. This is the last question I have for you.
Yeah.
And then there's one more. It's the one you have anything?
I got you, man.
Okay,
but I've been thinking long and hard about this one, man. Because
do you want me to ask mine? Because I do have one more.
Yeah, go. You ask yours, and then I'll end with the question I got for you.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Are you ready for 2021?
I am, man. I'm ready for.
What are you ready for?
I'm ready for change. I'm ready for
change on your part or change on the part of others.
All of us.
What are you gonna do to change? Because honestly, but I wake up every morning. I try to change in some aspect.
Absolutely, and I agree with you. I think
Because I'm not worried about the fucking the white dude or the black broad that's trying to run the next level. I'm worried about myself.
Okay, so I have lots of thoughts of how I could help people in my mind, but I hold back for fear of failure.
Yeah.
So I think moving into
fear of failure.
Yeah, fear of failure.
Like George McFly or what?
yeah, really, I really like that. But no,
yeah.
But for real, just the fear of not succeeding,
afraid of being a nobody.
Really, you know what I'm saying? Like no one's gonna take me seriously. You know what I mean? And
you gotta break that.
As big as the stature as I come, I think sometimes I have stuff to offer, but I don't say it to situations because of fear of it not being taken seriously.
You gotta break that. You gotta break that. You're bigger than that, but look at you. Look at the shape of you, bud.
Yeah,
you're definitely bigger than that.
I'm the round mound of pound. And anyway, but yeah, man, I think that's what I want to do. I'd like to see a lot of stuff change in our culture and our society in general. I like to, you know what I like to see the most of?
Yeah.
Is
what's that?
Is why does it have to be survival of the fittest? Why can't you have fresh fruit and I have fresh fruit? Why can't when I am able to find fresh fruit, why can't I help you to find fresh fruit? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I think you can, but I think people would look at you if we were to share fresh fruit. You know what I'm saying? If you were on the low end, or if I were on the low end.
So how do we change that? That's the question. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I want to change about.
Yeah. What do you change about that? The people that look at you, that look twisted at you when you try to share fresh fruit.
And it's not even
share fresh fruit.
And it's not only me I'm talking about. I'm talking about. I work with special needs kids. How do I get others to identify that my kids are normal?
Yeah.
They just need extra help.
Yeah. A little bit longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe the brain capacity's there. It just takes a little bit longer. You know what I mean?
Buddy, I think we're going to see that in the next coming years. Cause,
I hope so.
Because it's been difficult this year. It's going to be difficult the next year. And as far as education standards, you know what I'm saying?
I think so.
It's not just going to come like ABC, CAT, DOG, green eggs and ham, Cat in the Hat, cow and chicken and shit like that.
Core math,
It's gonna be different. It's gonna definitely be different. But I don't know if we're gonna be able to understand how to handle it.
You think in our lifetime that we'll see change like that though?
Like the metric system?
No, I mean just I mean not technical aspect. I'm talking about society and relationship wise. Do you think
like Wally or what?
We'll treat people better?
I would hope so. I would hope so.
You know
I would definitely hope so. Because if we're not, we're definitely fucked up.
If we don't understand something, do we question? Do we ask questions?
I would hope so. I would hope every day you ask questions. Freaks and Geeks, I would hope every day you ask questions.
I notice you're different. I notice you eat by yourself at lunch. Can I sit with you?
Yeah. Yeah, not like fuck you. You're the weirdo.
Can I understand you?
Yeah.
What do you like? You know what I mean? What do you like?
Yeah.
Maybe I like the same thing, but I would never know because I never approached you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's some next level stuff. That's what I wish for our country. That's what I wish for the world, bro. Really. So
it's good. That's what Bruce would wish. Definitely. He was often. I guess we can end on this. I think you would obviously say like the silent warrior is the most intellectual. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he was definitely a silent warrior.
Strategy wise.
Sure. Yeah. Strategio. Sure. Yeah. No, he was great. But cool. Did you ever see him as a how did you see him as a movie star or as a philosopher?
I never saw
movie star or philosopher.
I never saw the backstory stuff with him when I was younger. You know what I mean? I always knew that he was a badass.
But a movie star or philosopher?
Yeah, more movie star.
Yeah, but me too. Me too.
Until you did some research on him.
Yeah, now he is a philosopher to me.
But what's even crazier about him specifically, I know we need to go, but is hearing about his lineage that he left behind, and then seeing his son, who was an actor,
and his daughter,
and the actor in my time, passed the way he passed,
which
was bonkers. You know what I mean? So,
no, I've been listening to his daughter. Shout out to the Bruce Lee podcast and Shannon Lee and the Be Like Water book. Yeah. That's good. Freaks and Geeks, check that out. So
hold on, I got one question for you.
All right,
I got a question, and then you can beat out.
Okay? All right, here we go.
So we'll end it like this, buddy, if it's okay.
Yeah.
So I got one question for you.
Yeah.
And that's it. If anybody who wanted to get into the podcast world like you broke into, right? Mm-hmm. What would you suggest to them they start with? Because you kind of did your research and figured out what worked for you, and you're still learning, right?
Yeah.
What would you say to somebody who said, you know what, I'd love to have a podcast? You know what I mean? What would you do for them?
I would say listen to somebody, for sure. Whether it's, who knows? For me, it's Joey Coco Diaz. Not necessarily Joe Rogan, but in aspects Joe Rogan, but Joey Coco Diaz. It's them. It's fucking
in the church. The church.
Yeah, the church of what's happening now. It's the Dudley and Bob with Matt show out of Austin, Texas. 93.7 KLBJ. Stand the fuck up. It's them. It's just like if you want to get into the podcast realm itself, you definitely have to study, okay? And you definitely want to study the people that have come prior, whether it's podcast, whether it's radio, television, and film. Yeah. You definitely want to study them, and you want to study what you want to talk about. So, I mean, cool. You know, I like to be funny, so I like to study on the comedian realm. Shout out to Tony Hinchcliffe, as always. Shout out to Brian Redband, as always. Also, shout out to fucking William Montgomery, David Lucas, and fucking Michael fucking Lehrer. I can't wait till y'all are down in Texas, big guys. But shout out to all of them. You just gotta follow. Just have a passion. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if you ever wanted to be a professional sportsman. You know what I'm saying? But like as a child, you probably did want to. You know what I'm saying? You followed those guys, and now you do. You
listen to it.
Yeah. Now you want to be a professional something. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's you don't want to be a professional Bruce Lee, but you want to take that into consideration. Absolutely. You don't want to be a professional fucking Emmett Smith, but you want to take that in consideration. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be a professional fucking Navyman like your father, but you want to take that in consideration. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But you don't want to be a professional leader, but you want to take that into consideration. So that's what I think about being a professional leader and going forward. And just leading into the next year, motherfuckers, 2021. That's what it is. That's what it's coming down to. And we don't want to be stuck in the past. What year is this? Is this 1985? Right. Fuck. Is this?
Whoa, that's heavy.
Whoa, that's heavy. What's it? Fucking. What's the name on my underwears? What's it called?
Calvin. Calvin Klein.
No, yeah, but that guy definitely, he was fighting for the future. He was definitely fighting for the future, but this is different. We're not necessarily, we are kind of fighting for the future, if you would say that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We definitely are fighting, because there's other people, challenging for the future, challenging for something different, but we're challenging for what we remember.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, man.
All right, I appreciate having me on and taking the time to pick the brain and have fun and laugh.
What'd you think?
Absolutely. I enjoyed myself.
Good, man. So this is it. This is the Doctor's Orders podcast, episode number 12, with the ShoeJanitor.
A.J.
A.J. This is the Esquivel here, and the future is it's up and coming, and it's up and rising ever so quickly. We got to roll into 2021, but Freaks and Geeks, you still got to listen to episodes number 13 through 20. So we got a lot of people coming in hot. A lot of native Texans and a lot of people that I hope spark your interest. Some new individuals. You are not going to see anyone from episodes 1 through 10. Okay, so the Shoe Janitor is definitely a new joint. So cherish it, appreciate it, rewind. Or ese, rewind, rewind. So hit that. And yeah, we're gonna roll into this is essentially your Thanksgiving podcast right here, Freaks and Geeks. So I hope you take into consideration the Native American people out there, the indigenous, the Apaches, the
people
chiefs.
of color.
Yeah, those motherfuckers. Because I feel like what would you call them? Plymouth Rock. Those Plymouth Rock motherfuckers. Those just fucking people that just roll up, dropping blankets and shit like that. Fuck them, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm down with the Kickapoos. I'm down with the fucking Apaches. I'm down with the Chiefs. I'm down with all them. Yeah, definitely. But fuck the other ones. You know what I'm saying? That's it's kind of fucked up. So happy end of November, and we're gonna roll out. This is the Doctor's Orders podcast, and this was episode number 12 of the podcast with the 512 Foot Doctor and the Shoe Janitor. Catch him official.
Yes, sir.
On the IG. Thank you very much.
Lee.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, bud.
Appreciate me.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. See you next time.
All right, Lee.
Happy Thanksgiving. Outskis. Well, Freaks and Geeks, that's all she wrote. Once again, I want to thank my guest, AJ Esquivel, the Shoe Janitor. Be sure to check him out on Instagram, the IGs at the Shoe Janitor, all one word. Also, check out his just documentation of his family fostering process. What's occurring? It's a beautiful thing that's occurring over there, and definitely go support him in both of those aspects. You can check that foster page at Journey to Fostering Love on the IG. Also, Freaks and Geeks, be sure to check the docs page out there. That's the 512 Foot Doctor, THA 512 FOOTDR. Also, check out the podcast page at the Doctor's Orders Podcast on Instagram. Please follow us there. And make sure to like and subscribe to the podcast on whatever platform that you choose. When you subscribe, it's going to save you time in the long run. It's going to save you the headache of going through and downloading. And that's always going to pop up. The podcast, the Doctor's Orders podcast, is always going to pop up fresh for you at 6 a.m. Sharp. So make sure you do that, and also rate, and just hit us up on the IG. That's it. If you got questions, hit me up on the IG. If you got some comments, some input, hit me up on the IG. But overall, Freaks and Geeks, make sure that if you would not mind, please tell a freak to tell a geek about the Doctor's Orders podcast, because we are we're going for 1,000 downloads, Freaks and Geeks, by the end of the year. 1,000 downloads by the end of the year. I know we can do it. We're already about 625 as we speak, and we are heavily making our way towards that marking of 1,000 downloads. So please continue to support, and please just have an amazing week. Have a good Thursday. Hopefully you get to spend time with family, but don't do anything wacky out there. Okay, we're still trying to get this fucking situation under control. Yo. Next week, we're going to have episode number 13. It's going to be a very, very good one. I can't wait for it. I'm not going to do too much foreshadowing, but I will say it's an artist. It's a Texas woman artist, okay, lady artist, whatever, what have you. So I'm excited to have this individual in. I think we're gonna hit him with the double, 2 artists back to back, 2 Texas women artists back to back. So you're gonna get some insight there. All right, it's gonna be a first for the Doctor's Orders podcast. All right, so again, Freaks and Geeks, thank you for the support. Have an amazing week, and that's all we got. We'll see you on the next one. Don't be late.